He's made 3 relief appearances. Today will be his first start, and boy, he was good in his last outing.
He was really good because now he's finding the command that he needs and consistency with the mechanics. In terms of stuff, it's there, especially that explosive fastball up in the zone, just like that against the Mariners. Also the ability to use a 2-seam fastball on his changeup to throw into contact and put his defense to work. And then back to number 1, elevates it up the hitters into him. The main thing is staying tall over the rubber, making sure the arm slot is repeatable and consistent. And of course, the follow through, excellent. Matt Wise, who is an Angels instructor with pitchers, has done a good job staying with them. Now, if you can see these numbers, the walks are high, but also today he gets into the routine, Terry, of being a starter. How can he work through this lineup? How he's able to go out there and have a plan with his catcher Maldonado, and mainly getting into a flow of setting up hitters and finishing them off. You know, even though you see the walks are high, well, the opponents are only hitting 188, so why not more contact against them?
Well, Meyer could be a big piece of the puzzle for the Angels from a pitching standpoint here this season. Yesterday, the Angels faced the Rockies, and boy, were the Angels running the bases yesterday. 4 stolen bases, a lot of first and thirds, and the club's game plan was aggressive base running, and it worked.
Oh, Mike Scioscia now has that personnel to be instinctive, steal bases, but also be smart about taking the extra base, take some chances, teach somebody like Ron Renicky as your coach, Danny Espinosa, what you can do. And what he did yesterday was terrific in setting up the hitters to be good situational hitters and bring those runs in. And of course, it was pressure all the way around against the Rockies defense, all because of their awareness of what the Angels were doing and running and attempting. There's a ball getting away. So all these things you welcome. We have the guys that want to do it, that are ready to do it. It also asks and takes a lot of weight for the guys with the bat, because with a ground ball, fly ball, you can score an easy run.
Well, after the win against the Rockies yesterday, Jose had a chance to visit with Mike Scioscia, who talked about the team's aggressive game plan.
It's one of those days you want to get guys in motion and try to see, especially some of the kids who are trying to make the club, what they can do. I thought we ran the bases very well. We were aggressive. Guys like EY, you know what they can do. Fontana, big stolen base. So it's that time of spring where we want to see guys' legs are in shape and try to get a little bit of action if we can.
Well, another thing that's been exciting to see has been the play of Ben Revere. He looks like the Ben Revere of old. He's a career .285 hitter. Last year hit just over 200. He's been great so far this spring for the Angels.
He's played 13 games already, so he was telling me just a few minutes ago how nice it is to get his swing back and to be healthy. That right oblique issue that happened on opening day last year, it's over, and we can see a Revere who has a great recognition of the strike zone, does a very fine job in setting up the pitchers, gets some fastballs, and also how he loads up and stays back with that balance with those hands to drag that bat through the zone. Don't be fooled. He can run, of course, but also he'll use those alleys from the corner in right field to right center, left center field to, provide the Angels a chance to score some runs and give the guys behind him a chance to drive him in. Terry, he's a guy that understands how to hit. He is healthy, as I mentioned earlier, but also he's a threat in many, many ways. You know, the season start, you think about platoon and so forth. If you get off to a bad start with somebody else, you can compliment him when you know you have somebody else to replace him.
Yeah, he certainly figures to be a big part of what the Angels will do on the offensive side here in 2017. Green is everywhere here today in Surprise. The Angels will even have green caps on today as the Halos take on a Rangers split squad. Alex Meyer against Mike Hochschild, the pitching matchup today here in Surprise. We will have the starting lineups, the start of today's game. It's coming up next on Fox Sports West.
Angels spring training action going off here today on St. Patrick's Day. Irish eyes are smiling here in surprise, surprise, surprise. Arizona Angels taking on the Texas Rangers. Hey, everybody, I'm Patrick O'Neill. Welcome to my day. No, we're all included. It's going to be fun. I'm celebrating, looking forward to this one. My first spring training action today, and already I could tell the vibe, the energy with this Angels club completely different from what I noticed last year, yet all business. They're mixing in the fun, but Mike Scioscia told me the next 10 games, next 10 days are very, very critical to this ball club. So as we look at the guys in action, we got speed at the top of the order. Eric Young is leading things off for your Halos. Eric Young Jr. playing center field, batting second. Ben Revere hitting .367 this spring, 3 stolen bases, 6 walks. Luis Valbuena hitting third, playing first base. CJ Cron, 5 extra base hits in his last 4. Jeffrey Marte, listen, no Mark Gubaza here, but still a Marte parte. Clint Pennington at shortstop. Martin Maldonado is catching, batting 7th. Nolan Fontana is playing second base, plays some very good defense there. And Ryan Lamar hitting 9th and is in right field. Alex Meyer is on the hill. Important start for him. He needs to throw strikes and get guys out. When you look over at the Texas Rangers, Carlos Gomez leading off. Elvis Andrews, by the way, he's selling his $4.5 million Dallas mansion if you're interested. Shin-Soo Choo, third. Ryan Rua is at first base, and he's hitting cleanup. Joey Gallo, top prospect for the Rangers, jaw-dropping power. James Loney, the veteran, he's 33. He'll be the DH. A.J. Jimenez is catching. Travis Snyder is in left field, and Drew Robinson will be at second base. This guy, AAA last year, played every position but pitcher and catcher. So should be a fun one. Mike Hochschild on the hill for the Rangers. Let's go now to Terry Smith and Jose Mota. Happy St. Patty's Day.
And we want to welcome our viewers today on Fox Sports West, also on Fox Sports Southwest. This game being televised back to North Texas as well. Terry Smith along with Jose Mota. Our pleasure to be with you here for Friday afternoon baseball from Surprise here on St. Patrick's Day. The Rangers have taken the field, and the Rangers will go with a pitcher by the name of Mike Hochschild, who has done a good job for them so far this spring. And he's a player that they have to make a call on before the end of spring training. He's a Rule 5 draftee from the Astros. They took him in that draft this past December. And so far, Jose, I guess they like what they've seen from Hochschild. His record is 0-1, but a good ERA. And he's a guy certainly in the mix for a role in their starting rotation breaking camp.
You can never have enough arms when it comes down to starting pitchers nowadays, but almost mainly also the Texas Rangers and the challenges they face at home in that ballpark and how taxing it is for anybody on that mound. And he's throwing strikes. That's the main thing. Talking to Rangers personnel today, 10 and 1/3 innings. He's only allowed a couple of earned runs, but 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's around the zone, and he is a guy that is coming in as a very successful season in AAA in the Pacific Coast League, one that, of course, is also quite challenging for any pitcher.
There's a guy who has a good changeup. Fork ball he'll throw. He is a ground ball pitcher, fastball top out around 93, and he'll also feature a cut fastball and a slider. As far as who's in and who's out, it's brought to you by In-N-Out Burgers. That's what a hamburger is all about. Who's out of the Angels lineup? Well, most of the regulars did not make the trip today, so who's in there? A lot of the reserves getting a chance to start today. Eric Young is in center field. Mike Trout is not here. In right field, Ryan Lamar. Cole Calhoun didn't make the trip here to Surprise, and quite a few of the other regulars now back in Tempe, not here in action today for the Angels. So we are just about set for baseball. First batter up will be Eric Young Jr., switch hitter. He's the Angels center fielder, and here's the first pitch today. It is right in there for a called strike. We're underway, and the count is 0-1. Young is just 4 for 29 this spring. That's a 138 batting average, and he takes that one for a called strike, and it's now 0-2. Finally, game time is here. This moment can only be better with an award-winning Stella Rosa wine. Celebrate at the Big A and your favorite retailer. Game time temperature today 92 degrees. We got started at 1:06 Pacific time. It is warm today here in the Valley. Here's the next one, and it's chopped on the first base side. Going down to a knee to stop it is Ryan Rua. And he will easily beat Young to the bag, and that's the game's first out.
Well, like what I saw from Hostile when he was warming up and he throws across his body, he's got that front foot landing towards the right-hander batter's box. And, of course, there's nothing coming across the plate on a straight angle. So he creates his own angles, gets some guys to roll over. That's part of the success last year he had in the Pacific Coast League, and the ability he has to throw the defense and once in a while amp it up and fool you with the off speed.
So the batter now, another hitter batting from the left side, Ben Revere, who's having a good spring for the Angels. First delivery, he takes that one, and the first pitch, ball one. It's 1 ball, no strikes. At the corner infield spots, Gallo and Rua are in. Here's the next pitch, and that's in there for a strike. 1-1 to count. Hochschild, known as a pitcher with solid control, a ground ball pitcher. He was not a high draft pick. And the delivery, it's fouled back behind the plate. He was selected in the 33rd round of the 2012 draft by the Houston Astros. And as we touched on a few minutes ago, the Rangers drafted him away from the Astros this past December. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Valbuena waiting on deck. And here's the next delivery. That is a little low and inside. It misses for a ball. 2-2. Light breeze blowing in a little bit at the moment. And here's the next delivery. This is chopped by the mound and right by second base. It'll roll through into center field. Ben Revere has another hit.
And you said it, another hit for Ben Revere, playing his 14th game and now hitting over 380. Same approach, just quite simple. Staying on the ball. He was telling me today the importance of his game on understanding the type of swing he should have that worked for him when it comes down to shooting the ball through the infielders.
Luis Valbuena will be the next batter. Valbuena hitting over 300 this spring, 16 at bats. He's had 5 hits. He's driven in 4. Another batter up at the plate, left-handed hitter. First 3 have all batted left-handed against Ohio, and this is ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. The Angels were at this ballpark on Tuesday, but it was a game against the Kansas City Royals. This wraps up a 4-game Cactus League road trip for the Angels. Club will be back home tomorrow and Sunday at Tempe Diablo, and that pitch taken for a strike. 1-1.
As I noticed when you and Mark Gubzo were doing that game recently against the Royals here, the screen in front of the staff, the coaches, is so dangerous. As they like to sit outside the dugouts here in Arizona and throughout Florida too, to have that protective screen is a very good move.
Yeah. There's a toss over to first base. Revere is back. We saw the Angels running quite a bit yesterday against the Rockies. We'll see if the running game is up and going here in the first inning today. Good size lead for Revere. Not going though, and the pitch that's low and inside.
You can see there a nice grip that Hochschild has on that changeup, but also because he kind of glides into his stride and keeps everything the same in trying to find out and separate. Is the arm speed different? Fastball, changeup, breakable? Not at all. It all stays the same, as I noticed when he was warming up.
Time called. Want to remind our fans tuned in today, the top of the first inning, it's brought to you by Rennick Subaru. Don't forget Subaru and the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Think Rennick first. RENICK Subaru.com. Next pitch, that's low and inside. So it's a 3-1 count.
Valbuena, who came from the Astros, is almost approaching this at bat like he has seen a little bit of Hochschild before, perhaps have some information from the minor leagues. Just quite simple in his delivery, throwing across, hides the ball so well from the right-handers.
They do have the shift on the right side of the infield. Next delivery, and that one is high, ball 4. So a 5-pitch walk, and the Angels have something brewing here with 2 on, 1 out, and C.J. Cron, who's been a hot hitter this spring, will be the next batter.
There's that other dimension that Luis Balbuena brings besides offering you balance in the lineup because he was left-handed hitter. The ability to run to anything with some power and the high on-base percentage.
Cron is hitting nearly .450 this spring. Leads the Angels in home runs. He's had 3. And here's the pitch. The first one is in there for a called strike. 0-1.
If you haven't seen a guy like Hochschild, that breaking ball is good as it looks. Unless he can trigger and read his fingers early, you're not going to be able to pull the trigger on time. At least the first time you see him.
Next one, that's fouled off by Cron over on the third base side here on Tuesday when the Angels played at this ballpark against the Royals. Cron had a big day. Angels lost the game, but Cron had 3 extra base hits in that ball game. Extra base hit here would give the Angels the lead. A single might give the Angels the lead. Revere with good speed. He's the lead runner at second. And here's the next pitch. That's high and away and missed.
It's a big start for this youngster who has a great opportunity right in front of him. As the Rangers know how important depth is for them, and they've had a few surprises here and there in camps.
Next delivery, that's low and away. So the count level, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Jeff Bannister, Rangers manager, opted to stay with this group here instead of making the trip to San Antonio for the 2-game exhibition. Let's take a good look at some of the decisions that are coming up here in the next couple of weeks, and the guy on the mound is one of them.
We have a night game at the Alamo Dome tonight through the Rangers, and then a day game to the following day. There's a pitch that's low. So it's a full count, 3-2. The Angels will take on the Rangers in the opening homestand 3-game series against Texas, the 11th, 12th, and 13th at the Big A. And the Angels will also play the Rangers later on in the opening month in Arlington. There's one that's lifted in the air to left field. It's right near the left fielder. The Angels had the runners on the move, but they have to go back to the bases as Travis Snyder puts that liner away. Cone with a line out. 2 are gone, and here's Jeffrey Marte.
Well, really took off, but I don't think he really squared it because that ball would have carried a little bit more, especially today in the heat. But Cron turned that 0-2 count into a 3-2, and just, I think, the lack of knowledge on Hochschild perhaps cost him not being able to get extended. Well, the Angels also flashing some green stockings here today for the Sox. So Marte do it. Will Young do it. Will Terry? Besides the hats, here we go.
Yep. A lot of the players, you never know what color their socks are because the pants are all the way down to the shoes.
Welcome to green here on St. Pat's Day.
No balls, 1 strike is the count. And here's the next one, and that is a little bit low and away.
Through the years, we've seen teams also use green bases. Paint them all green.
Yeah. One ball, 1 strike. And they do have the shamrocks on the bases, green shamrocks on the bases today.
Nice.
Here's the next pitch. That's hit well but foul down the left side. It's backing out of play.
And how about we welcome in today Patrick O'Neill.
Right. It's only fitting on St. Patrick's Day that Patty O'Neill is with us.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
Welcome back, Pat.
Whoever put that schedule together was thinking. Here's the next delivery, and a cut and a miss, and down on a pretty good breaking ball goes Marte. The inning is over. Rothschild threw over 20 pitches in the first inning, pitched out of trouble, and the Angels will leave a pair of runners on base. We are headed to the bottom of the first inning today here in Surprise, with no score on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Angels have the big right-hander Alex Meyer on the mound. Game 4 this spring, start number 1. He's coming off a solid relief performance the last time we saw him, and he gets ready to face Carlos Gomez, the leadoff man for the Texas Rangers, and he's first ball swinging, bounces the ball softly to third. It's fielded there by Marte, and one pitch, one away.
Well, we talk about Rothschild throwing across his body. Now he has 6'8" on the mound and throwing mid to upper 90s. Carlos Gomez thought he had it squared up, but boy, that ball got on him very quickly, right on the knuckles.
So here is Elvis Andrus, their longtime starting shortstop. He's had only 8 at-bats so far this spring. Fans, don't forget, this spring, find your escape route off-road with great deals on a new Jeep. Head into your local Jeep dealer for the Jeep Spring Clearance event. It's going on now. First pitch, a little low and inside for a ball around the infield today. The Angels have Luis Valbuena at first base. Nolan Fontana plays second. Jeffrey Marte at third with Pennington at short. Next delivery, that's in there. Low strike, and the count 1-1.
Meyer stands 6'9", 225 pounds, out of Greensburg, Indiana.
And Revere is in left today. Eric Young is in center, and in right field is Ryan Lamar. Here's another bouncer, softly hit to second. It's fielded by Fontana, and Andrus is set down.
Yeah, fastball's got some run today. He's a little amped up. Glad that Meyer got a chance to get through his pregame routine as a starter. And 2 batters, 2 balls, right off the hands. Opponents came in hitting only 188 against him. And even though he has issued 6 walks in 4 1/3 innings, he is a guy that perhaps we know the command has gotten better. We're trying to just keep all those movable parts as simple as possible flowing towards the plate.
Shin-Soo Choo is the batter. He's had 19 at-bats so far this spring with 4 hits. And he's a guy that the Rangers are certainly hoping will stay healthy this year. He was on the DL 4 different times last season. There's a cut and a miss.
Recall how it started. It started during stretching at the Big A.
Played in only 33 games a year ago. One ball, one strike to count on the left-handed hitting Shin-Soo Choo, and he cuts and misses that fastball. Threw it by him.
It was a 95 miles an hour. And his ball, obviously, as tall as he is and as hard as he throws, a lot of late life, explodes up in the zone. It's not a light fastball at all.
Next pitch, and this one is popped up on the left side. A long run for Marte, the third baseman, in foul ground, and he will make the catch. That was good hustle right there, and an 8-pitch inning. That's a good sign for Alex Meyer. He has a clean bottom of the first. Second inning is coming up. There's no score. Angels and Rangers on the Angels Baseball Radio Network at Fox Sports West.
AJ.
First batter for the Angels as we head to inning number 2 is Cliff Pennington. He's hitting out of the 6th hole today. Maldonado and Fontana will be the ones to follow against right-hander Mike Hochschild. And here's the delivery. That ball's drilled into center field. Gomez is going back, and that ball is over his head. The ball smacks off the wall. Now starts to roll back towards the infield, and stopping at second and getting there without a throw. A stand-up double for Pennington on a ball that was well hit the dead center. So the Angels have another base runner. Had 2 on with 1 out in the first inning, but Hochschild was able to pitch out of trouble. Leadoff double here, and Maldonado the batter.
Not the easiest of plays, as Gomez was lined up perfectly in terms of the line from home plate towards center field, where they had him shading. And a tough read as the ball really turned around on him. Thought he had a better read earlier, but also now dealing with the wind that's started to blow across and getting more carry on this warm afternoon.
Blowing right to left here, and the first pitch, that one misses on Martin Maldonado. Maldonado has not hit much so far this spring, just 2 hits in 28 times up. But he has done a lot of other things quite well for the Angels. He's been throwing out base runners this spring. He's already thrown out 5 this spring.
5 of 8 attempts against him.
2 balls, no strikes on the Angels catcher. And here's the pitch. That's lined into right. That's going to fall in for a base hit. And being held once he gets to third will be Pennington. Then the throw comes in, and the catcher made a nice play, Jimenez, to field that throw about a third of the way up the third base line. It was way off the plate. But the Angels have something up here with runners at first and third. Back-to-back hits to start off the inning.
Anything Maldonado can provide on the offensive side is a plus. With here, Carlos Perez today spent a lot of time in making sure that top hand does not get weaker with the swing as he approaches a hitting zone, so the barrel doesn't drop. And there it is. Mike Scioscia himself, along with Dave Hansen and Paul Sereno, the hitting instructors were emphasizing that with Maldonado today before the game. Stronger top hand.
So here's Fontana. He's hitting .217 this spring. He has hit a home run, has a chance to do some damage here with 2 on, nobody out. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Brian Lamar will follow. 8-hole hitter at the plate for the Angels. Middle part of the infield, a double play depth for Texas. No score, second inning, and the next pitch hit hard on the first base side. That's a fair ball right over the bag. It's going to roll all the way down in the right field corner. 1 run is scored. Another is being waved home. Heading into third base and stopping there with a 2-run triple is Fontana, and the Angels up 2-0. It took Chu a long time to get to that ball. The ball eventually rolled into foul ground, and it went all the way down that right side. It's 350 down in that corner.
Well, sure, Chu had to go where he was playing, shaded more towards right center field. Just pretty much told Fontana he's got a chance to go all the way to 3. Easy for Ron Renick at third base to send Maldonado all the way from first base. And for the Angels, is watching some of the exchanges and talking from the first 5 batters. Saw a couple of those batters talk to the bottom of the order coming up, Terry, and they'd make a quick adjustment on whatever they saw from Hochschild, the unknown, of course, onto the adjustments in contact they may hear so far through 3 batters in the second inning.
Hochschild has thrown only 6 pitches so far in the inning, and already the Angels have a single, double, and triple against them in the inning, and 2 runs have scored on just 6 pitches. There's pitch number 7, and that's cut on and missed by Ryan Lamar, the 9-hole hitter.
So which things are being passed around? For example, hey, fingers, release point, focus on one area as a right-hander, and as a lefty, where to look for to see the ball a little bit better, and also what the balls are doing once pitches are doing once they're approaching the plate.
There's another pitch cut on and missed.
Things like the fastball. Is it running or is it sinking? Is it a 2-seamer, 4-seamer, or is it cutting? All those things you pass along just for the guys to be able to apply, and so far they've done a good job applying it.
Well, the scouting report has to be today. Hochschild, a guy known with good control, and he's had good control so far this spring with the Rangers, so the Angels aren't taking a whole lot of pitches here in the early going against them. There's one that's low and outside. 1-2 the count. If a guy's around the plate, Jose, you might as well get ready and swing against them.
Be ready. The one thing he's going to do is stay with his strength. To make this ball club, he's got to pitch to his strength, which is exactly that.
Yep.
Be around the zone.
Here's the 1-2, and that one is chased and missed. The ball dropped by the catcher. Jimenez picks it up, fires to first. That completes the strikeout. So that's the first out in the inning. It's also a strikeout number 2 in the ball game for Hochschild. And top of the order, Eric Young Jr. will bat. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of Angels Baseball may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of today's game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of Angels Baseball. Terry Smith along with Jose Mota. Our producer engineer is Jorge Sevilla. Great to be with you on this Friday, St. Patrick's Day from Surprise, Arizona. Infield has been brought in. Here's the pitch, and thinking bunt, at least showing bunt, is Young. He ends up taking that pitch for ball 1. Outfield is not too deep. Young grounded out to the first baseman his first time up today. Here's the next pitch, and that's a cut and a miss. So it's a 1-1 count. The Rangers had a day off yesterday, and now playing back-to-back days split squad action. Here's the pitch, and again around to bunt was Young, and he pulled the bat back, and that one missed.
This is a prospective safety squeeze, which you don't see very often on any attempt when the infield playing in. For the infielders, it's an easy read because you're already playing in, and all you can do is charge. You're not going to have time as a batter to pull the bat back, so your play is in front of you. Well, this is something they can really deaden.
2-1. He's around the bunt, drops one down on the first base side. He was hugging the line for a little bit, about halfway up the line, but it rolls foul. So that'll probably change the strategy here now with 2 strikes on Young. We'll see what Mike Scioscia decides to do.
A lot of times we'll see Mike Scioscia do this often in spring training, put back-to-back plays. He wants to find out now about personnel and execution. Can I use this play against this guy if he is, or when he is on my team? Finding out more about Eric Young Jr.
Infield still in, no sign of a bunt on the next pitch, and it's a low and outside. So it's a full count. The next pitch will be number 40 already for this right-hander Mike Hochschild. And here it comes. He breaks his bat, and the ball ricochets over near the charging shortstop. Andrews can't get a handle on it, and everybody's safe. A run is in, and the Angels are up 3-0. On the ball back to the mound, you had the ball and the barrel of the bat headed out there.
Contact play is on, so there we go. Jam shot, you're going to go, and of course the speed of an Eric Young Jr. and the pressure of the infielders as that ball is absolutely dying. I don't think it's going to be a play anyways on either base. But for the Angels, playing right into their hands, using the speed, the contact play, and the pressure again on the defense as they did so well yesterday against the Rockies.
So 3-0 Angels on top. Young could be on the move. He has a big lead over there at first. He draws a throw and he dives back to the bag. And Eric Young has been running this spring for the Angels. He has 4 stolen bases already this spring.
Well, the Angels came into this game with 29 stolen bases already.
Revere at the plate takes that one for a ball.
On Eric Young Jr., just keep an eye on the way he takes his lead. He's not afraid to get out there. And he is one of those guys that's learned through the years, he told me today, to lean with that front leg.
He's not going, and the pitch, that's a fastball, misses high.
And on leaning, what a lot of base runners don't want to do, and the guys that don't like to lean, is how you get back. For a lot of guys, is too much to shift that weight and transfer the weight back towards the base. Eric Young Jr. says not at all. Had to practice a lot and get caught a few times too.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is taken for another ball, and it's ball 3, 3-0. In this inning, out of the 5 that have batted for the Angels, 4 of them with hits, 3 have already scored. Here's the 3-0. And that's outside. A 4-pitch walk. Hochschild is struggling here. And the next batter will be Valbuena.
You can see even the pace of the game that he started with so efficiently in that first inning, even though he threw 24 pitches, just the pace has slowed down quite a bit here as he's finding some trouble and maybe at times trying to nibble because of the pressure he's facing right now.
So Valbuena, who walked his first time up, will be the next batter.
Now at second base, Eric Young will find out how many looks, who's close to him, and also time him. What does the front leg do along with those looks?
Here comes the pitch. That's a shot down the right side, but foul. Bueno was ready for that. Nothing in one on Luis Valbuena. C.J. Cron waits on deck. Not too many of the regulars here for the Angels today, but off to a good start with this roster. 3-0 the score here in the second. Pitch on its way. That one is a ball. Snap throw to second. Heading back to the bag in time is Eric Young. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good job by young catcher A.J. Jimenez, making sure Eric Young and those liberties he's taken out second base and the secondary league keep him honest. And of course, anytime you can find a way, attempt a way to get it out for your pitcher when he's struggling, why not?
Here's the next delivery on Valbuena, and that one misses low and inside. So he's behind on another hitter now. It's 2-1. Mentioned A.J. Jimenez behind the plate for Texas. He is new in their organization. He was released by Toronto last month and signed a minor league deal with the Rangers. Played in AAA last year in the Toronto organization. Here's the next delivery, and that is outside and low. It's a 3-1 count.
Rangers, their two main catchers are both in the World Baseball Classic. Jonathan Lucroy, Team USA, and Robinson Chirinos for Team Venezuela.
There is action already in the bullpen for the Rangers as this one is lifted in the air down the left field side. Chasing hard after it in foul ground is the left fielder, and Snyder overruns the ball, and it drops in foul territory.
He absolutely had no idea for the last 5 or 6 steps or where that ball was. And you can see it clearly here. He put his head down just slightly for a minute, and all of a sudden it's past him after a long run.
No error on the play, although that ball should have been caught. It was a long run, but it was in the air a long time, and he actually ran past the ball. He overran it in foul ground.
Little Arizona high sky, sun, and heat paying the price there for Travis Snyder.
Time called as stepping out of the box is Valbuena. The action in the bullpen for Texas, the pitcher warming up is Ronald Guzman. This will be the 50th pitch already for Hochschild. There go the runners. The pitch, it's chopped on the left side. The shortstop will field. Andrews with the throw in time. So that'll be out number 2. Angels have him at second and third, and we'll see what C.J. Cron can do.
Perhaps one of the best pitches we have seen from Hochschild is that changeup on which he fooled Valbuena absolutely, and Valbuena is a one-hitter. He had a long at-bats in the first inning when he walked. And this time was sitting fastball in and just missed it, opening up with his hips.
So Cron 0 for 1 today. Takes the first pitch way low and outside for a ball. And a long inning for Hochschild. It's a warm day here, and we got started 92 degrees. It's bright and sunny. And there's a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Seen Hochschild a number of times in the inning take his cap off, kind of wipe his brow. Everyone is set for the next delivery, and it's on its way. It's low and outside.
Some of those green hats will be turning different colors here today. Boy.
Different shade of green.
Oh, man.
A little darker green by the end of the day. So 2-1 is the count. And the next pitch grounded sharply, but right to short. It's fielded by Andrews. His throw is in time over to Rua, and the inning is over. The Angels send 8 to the plate and end up getting 3 of them home. 3 runs in the inning. The Angels do leave 2 more on base. That's 4 stranded. We're going to the bottom of the second inning. 3-0 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. So Alex Meyer, the big right-hander, has a 3-run cushion to work with. We go to the bottom of the second. 3-0 Angels. Rua, Gallo, and Loney will be the first 3 up. Meyer set down the Rangers quickly and quietly in the first inning. And here's a high hopper hit right to short. It's fielded by Pennington, and Pennington does not make a throw over to first base.
Ball got stuck when he saw the second half, and then the ball took him back another half a step. That's when he figured, I better hurry, and if I don't have a grip, there's no need to get rid of this baseball because it was going to end up somewhere in the stands. If anything, had he gotten a better jump, not knowing where he started in his position, it would have been better to charge that baseball.
Yeah, that should have been an out. They're going to give him a Rua hit. There was never a throw to first base, but that ball was hit right at Pennington, the shortstop, and he fielded it cleanly. Just never threw to first base. Had trouble getting the grip, getting the ball out of the glove. Here's Gallo at the plate, and he cuts and misses the first one for a strike. He is a big left-handed hitter, Joey Gallo, 23 years old. Rangers have been kind of waiting on him to shine at the major league level. It hasn't happened yet, and the pitch, and that one is low.
Everybody around the game knows he is one of the top prospects in baseball. Everybody around the game knows too that there's some issues on making contact, and the strikeouts again are real high here in spring training today. 15 strikeouts and 33 at bats.
It's hitting under 200 this spring. And the next pitch, that one is in there for a strike.
And with that talent, of course, you look at the body and kid out of Henderson Nevada, you were hoping that with that much talent, he's able to put it together. The Rangers know how important repetitions are and also how important consistency is going to be for him. But there's no doubt when he hits it, it travels a country mile.
He's in the hole, 1-2, and the next delivery a little bit low. The catcher Maldonado had trouble finding the ball, but no advancement by Rua, the runner at first base. When Gallo spent some time with the Rangers last season, and they called him up in June, he ended up going 1 for 25 with Texas last year.
And those 25 at bats, 19 strikeouts.
Yeah. That is not a good hit strikeout ratio right there. And the pitch, that is low and inside on him. So the count is full. It's 3-2. Fans, don't forget, long live the hard-working, the proud, the tenacious, and long live the trucks that are as dependable as the people that drive them. Right now, get a great deal during the Ram Truck Month. It's a 3-0 Angels lead. We're in the bottom of inning number 2 here in Surprise Stadium. Runner goes, and the pitch, that's fouled back on the left side, backing out of play.
That's one of those encouraging signs for Jeff Bannister and for the staff to see Gallo go out there and cover the outer half just a little bit better. Always takes a big swing. And in cutting down strikeouts doesn't mean he's got to cut down on selection, but sometimes it's just being able to stay back longer in a more direct path to the baseball.
Counts full, toss over to first base. Diving back to the bag goes Rua.
And Gallo himself has spent considerable time in working on the things he needs to go out there and improve on, because certainly the opportunity is there in front of him. Hoping things do turn around for this young man.
There goes the runner again. 3-2 pitch. That's a ground ball base hit. A hit and run single. Breaking for third, and getting there will be Rua on with a base hit on that 3-2 pitch is Gallo. And the Rangers have something up. They have runners at the corners with nobody out for the veteran James Loney.
Nice cover of, again, coverage of the outer half. He's able to reach out, not pulling out, looking home runner one way. Strong enough and long enough arms and a bat to pull that pitch outside with a lot of authority through the right side.
Loney signed a minor league deal with the Rangers this offseason. He spent time with the Mets a year ago. Former Dodger, .284 career hitter, left-handed batter. Former first-round pick of the Dodgers a number of years ago. There's a toss over to first base. That was back in 2002.
Made his debut, in fact, with the Dodgers in 2006. Always solid around the bag. Loney's had a couple of seasons with 90 RBIs.
So Meyer is in some trouble here. He delivers, and the first one in there for a called strike. James Loney, up until the 2015 season, a guy that was very durable, and then beginning in 2015 is when he started to have some injury issues, an oblique problem. He had a fractured finger that year. There goes the runner at first. The pitch is ball, throw to second, and out at second base is Gallo, and then a quick toss over to third, and just getting back to the bag over there was Rua. Gallo is gunned down. Maldonado has thrown out his 6th base runner this spring.
Got a 6 out of 9 attempted to steal, and a great pick at second base by Cliff Pennington as Maldonado throws this one down onto the ground. A short hop there and a quick tag, glove down by Pennington.
So the count's 1-1 on Loney. Still a runner at third, but one out. And he takes that pitch for a ball. Loney is hitting just 172 this spring for Texas. He has not driven in any runs for them.
Angels now, without caught stealing, have allowed 10 stolen bases, but they have caught 14 runners trying to steal. How about those numbers?
That's terrific. And there's the pitch. It's low.
14 caught stealing. Maldonado's got 6, and Carlos Perez has 5. Tony Sanchez has 1. Briseño, who's already down in minor league camp, 2 attempts, 2 caught stealing. And he's going to be a good one, Jose Briseño.
Here's the next delivery, and this is lifted in the air, foul down the left side. Revere is chasing in foul territory, and it drops just out of his reach in foul ground.
Now we know, Terry, around that area there's something right now with the sun position that did not allow Revere, as he's guarding also against running into that wall, or Snyder earlier, to see it very well as they approach that line.
Tough for the outfielders today, getting a read on swings with the bright sunshine here. Second batter in a row now that Meyer has had to work a full count against.
Well, just know, Terry, if you're a hitter, you hit anything in that zone, left field corner, don't take it for granted, man. Get out of the box and think too, because he may not see it in fair territory.
Here's the payoff delivery, and that was an off-speed pitch that missed outside, ball 4.
For Martin Maldonado, part of what he has done so well throughout his career is convince pitchers with great communication and a great plan to implement pitches. And you see this inning, he's trying to find a way for Meyer to start incorporating that breaking ball. The issue so far with that breaking ball this inning has been rushed, and when Meyer has thrown it, you can see the shoulder flying in one direction and the arm in another direction, thus the inconsistency of it.
Here's the pitch, and the first one is a called strike on A.J. Jimenez. 13 at bats for Texas with a run batted in.
Sometimes you see a catcher go out and tell the guy on the mound, hey, when I call that breaking ball, hey, think fastball. Don't change anything. Fastball mentality. Just let it roll.
Right-hander against right-hander. Next delivery. That one is hit in the air and center. Diving, unable to make the catch is Young, and now the ball rolls behind him. Backing up is Revere, who gets to it. A run will score. Well, Young gave it everything he had, but you kind of had the feeling it was a long shot. He was going to catch that one. He came close, but it dropped in, and the Rangers are on the board. It's 3-1.
And because of his speed, when the ball left the bat, well, he was shaded over towards right center field. I didn't think he was going to even make the attempt or come close, but he came very close right off the end of his glove. Making an outstanding catch, and a good job in left field by Revere, being the backup and making sure he's behind his outfielder and getting that ball into the infield.
So the batter now is Travis Snyder, left-handed batter, and the first pitch on him, he takes that one low for a ball.
So after only 8 pitches for Meyer in that first inning, retiring the side, he's thrown 17 here so far with 1 out.
Yep, he hasn't retired a batter. The out came on the base path. Here's the next one on Snyder, and this is popped in the air into shallow left field. I don't think it's deep enough for the runner to tag, and no tag at third base as the catch is made by Revere, and then he fires the ball towards the plate. Well, Loney thought about it, but really no chance. That ball just wasn't hit deep enough to tag, so that's a big out right there. Snyder is retired, and here's Drew Robinson, the second baseman, another left-handed hitter. He's their 9-hole hitter.
Good job by Maldonado. Good job by Meyer in slowing the bat down. Make sure he doesn't get any extension. And for Revere to get rid of that ball as quickly as possible, even though third baseman Jeffrey Marte was out of line as a cutoff man.
Robinson's hit 3 home runs this spring. He's a big left-handed batter. They have a lot of lefty hitters in this lineup today, and the first pitch, that one is in there for a called strike.
He's a good young player right here. 10 triples last year. And he can really put a charge on a baseball.
Yeah, he can hit for some power. He can run. He had 17 stolen bases in the minors last year, so he has some tools. 24 years old. The pitch that's fouled back behind the plate.
That was a pretty good swing. Well balanced. He's out of Silverado High School in Las Vegas, where a large group of big leaguers and of course ball players from professional baseball gather together and have their own camps all throughout the offseason. Among them Joey Gallo and Bryce Harper.
Here's the 0-2. That's outside. It missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3 hits in the inning allowed by Meyer and a run. He's also walked a batter in the inning. Next pitch will be his 30th so far in this ball game. First start for him today. 3 relief appearances coming into this game, and the next delivery, that's a called third strike. He got him looking, struck him out.
He found it, found the release point, Terry.
So the inning ends, and they end up leaving runners at second and third. Meyer gets out of most of the trouble here in the inning. We're headed to the 3rd inning. 3-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Third inning we go. They were doing a lot of work on the pitcher's mound during our break and kind of smoothing things out. I guess both pitchers with the very dry clay out there, the dry dirt, are making some big divots out there on the mound. So they were trying to pack it down and smooth it out. So that's why Hochschild is still loosening up here as we get ready for the 3rd inning. Marte will be the first batter up.
Well, they did a good job patching it up because both guys are landing in different spots, but one is overriding the other. And Hochschild, as we emphasize, is landing right towards the third base side, right directly towards the batter's box on the right side. And Meyer, different story, but because of the heat, of course, things are crackling a little bit more on the surface.
And again, there's basically a game here every day, whether it's a Rangers home game or a Royals home game, since they share this facility. First pitch on Marte, a ball to count. 1 ball, no strikes. Hochschild is ready, and the next delivery, that one is fouled back. That's tough on the groundskeepers here. I don't know if they get a day off all spring training.
Well, they get to practice a lot when it comes down to game preparation, that's for sure.
Yeah.
For the little overtime, too.
Yeah. That might help things out a little bit. Here's the 1-1. Grounded sharply through the left side in between Gallo and Andrews. That's a base hit leading the inning off for Marte. Angels haven't had any trouble getting hits in the ball game. That's 6 of them already against the right-hander Hochschild. 6 hits by the 14 batters who have faced them. Fans, don't forget to join the Angels all season long. Enjoy post-game Saturday night fireworks shows presented by Wells Fargo. For more information on the Saturday night fireworks, visit angels.com/promotions. So here is Pennington batting.
Put a play on right here.
There goes the runner, and he swings at the pitch, chops it to second. That'll get the runner up to second base. The play by Robinson over to first will easily get Pennington, but the Angels had Marte on the move him up to second base. One gone.
A young pitcher who is trying to find the zone. He's been around mostly. Keep the pressure on, of course, on the defensive side, and also use your personnel. A Marte at first and a Pennington at the plate to see how those things might evolve throughout the regular season.
Here's Maldonado batting. He's had a single and he scored a run so far. 1 for 1 today. And here's the pitch. He takes it for ball 1. Let's pause for stations to identify themselves on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. Next pitch, Maldonado. He chases that one, a slider low and away, and the count even up on him. It's 1-1. Fontana waiting on deck. And here's the pitch, and that one is low. Mike Hochschild, who's pitching, is from Dayton, Ohio.
He's born in Beaver Creek, and Terry, that's some of your territory that you know a lot about, including the University of Dayton.
That's right. That's where Hochschild pitched collegiately. His dad has been at that university for a long time. That one's fouled off on the right side. I had a chance to meet his father a few times. Back to my Ohio State days, his dad has been the longtime sports information director at the University of Dayton. Been there for over 30 years.
Remarkable.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of information he provided to you throughout the years.
That's right. Would help out.
Football, baseball, basketball?
Basketball, yep. Dayton has had a good program in the tournament again this year, and faced them a few times when I was with Ohio State. Faced them in basketball. Had a long-time basketball coach there named Don Donaher. Legendary coach for the Dayton Flyers.
Well, Terry, there's no denying. You yourself are a legend back in Ohio, so you're being so modest.
I don't know about that, Jose. Here's the 2-2, and that's a little bit inside. So it's a full count. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You were talking about where Mike Hochschild was picked in the draft. He was the 999th player picked in the 2012 draft by the Astros. 33rd round. He spent 4 years pitching collegiately.
Here's one chopped down to third. It's handled by Gallo. His throw across the diamond right on the money to Rua. Maldonado is retired. Marte still at second base. He's there with 2 outs.
One thing about Gallo is when he throws a ball across the diamond, you put a radar gun on him because it's coming, Terry. He could be on the mound and throw upper 90s. And there was a nice and easy release on this one. That ball had a lot of carry.
So here is Nolan Fontana, who got a big 2-run triple for the Angels last inning. The Angels are leading Texas 3-1. Here's the pitch, and that one is low. The Angels and Rangers squared off on the first of this month at Tempe Diablo. The Angels won that game 3-2. Two clubs will have a game coming up in 5 days against each other at Tempe Diablo. Here's the next pitch. That's low. It skips away from the catcher Jimenez, and easily moving over to third base on that one will be Marte on a wild pitch.
Rangers had the most victories in the American League last season. 95 wins, 67 losses. They had a 9-game lead over the second-place team, Seattle Mariners. And they had a 21-game lead over the Angels. 11 over the Astros. The Rangers were exceptional playing within the division. 47 wins and 29 losses.
Here's the next delivery, and that one is taken for a called strike by Fontana. 2-1 is the count.
And the Rangers, in terms of run differential, +8. At home, dominant, 53-28. On the road, 42-39. So Jeff Bannister, again, just getting the most out of those players, and he knows how to manage that clubhouse personnel. Longtime minor league instructor, coach, you name it.
Here's the 3-1 delivery. Shot by the mound and through into center. That's going to be another RBI hit for Nolan Fontana. He's driven in 3 of the Angel 4 runs, and the Angels now lead it by a score of 4-1.
Bottom of the order, getting it done again. Marta gets it started. Number 5 batter driven in again by the number 8 hitter in Fontana, who has found himself in the starting lineup, getting more opportunities and also showing more versatility as Mike Scioscia has tried Fontana in many different positions around the infield.
So here is Lamar, who struck out his first time up. And here's the first pitch. That's a called strike. Every Angel batter now has had 2 at-bats so far in this ball game. We're only in the 3rd inning, and none of the Rangers have had 2 at-bats yet in this ball game.
It's a good day to get your work in. Get some AB, see some pitches.
Yeah.
Terry, I was down on the field ready to do the interview yesterday when the Angels made their comeback against the Rockies. But boy, to watch Lamar go around the bases, it was quite fun. He could really stride.
Got good speed.
Yes, he does, with big man.
Here's the pitch, and that one is in there on him for a called strike.
That's the reason why the Angels want to take a chance with him. Provides many tools for you. And still a developing player.
On the 40-man roster, he's been timed home to first base 4.05 seconds.
That's from the right side, keep in mind.
Yeah. Here's the next delivery. He cuts it that one and misses that pitch. Struck him out for the 2nd time today, and that'll end the inning. But the Angels do come up with 1 and had a pair of hits in the inning, leave a runner on base. The bottom of the 3rd is next here in Surprise. It's 4-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Alex Meyer working with a 3-run lead once again. It's 4-1 Angels as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Carlos Gomez, the leadoff batter for Texas, 0 for 1 today, digs in. Ready is Meyer, and the big right-hander's first pitch. That's on the outside part of the plate for a called strike.
I think Carlos cheat a little bit with that front hip, saying, nah, jam again. No, sir, I'm going to start a little bit earlier.
Meyer's next pitch, and that's on the outside corner. That's a called strike. 0-2.
Still see that little flinching going on. He's not able to reach the outer half so far because, of course, what happened to him in the first at bat. First pitch jammed right off of the knuckles on the ground to third base.
Usually Gomez is a free swinger. He's been taking here. He takes another one, and that one is low and in.
Didn't it look like he was taking all the way?
Yeah.
0-2.
With 2 strikes on him.
He's like, wait a minute, I just can't see the ball very well. What's going on?
One-two pitch. That's way low and outside. So the count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Quite an improvement for Gomez once he joined the Rangers. 33 games, 24 RBI, 8 home runs, 362 on base percentage, and hit 284. That's after hitting only 210 with a 272 on base percentage for the Astros. So he's found a home.
He chops this one foul on the left side. So it's a 2-2 count.
Still a player, Terry, that is heavily valued by his former manager, Milwaukee Angels third base coach Ron Renicky, who stays in touch with Gomez even throughout the off seasons.
Myers had 35 pitches as he works here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the next one that is on the inside corner, and Gomez, as he did most of that at bat, takes the pitch and struck him out looking.
That is called take it on in.
Strikeout number 2 for Meyer.
And then to start that breaking ball in the inner third is like flinch time for Myers. He tries to keep things as simple as possible. We saw what happened last year with the delivery when he came over from the Twins. Remember, he had also been battling some shoulder issues throughout his career. So Charles Nagy, along with the Angels organization and pitcher and coaches, Terry, trying to keep his delivery as clean as possible. From the feet being spread open to now a shorter stride to even a shorter stride here today. But early in spring, he was not as squared up as he is now toward the third base side. Now they have him pretty much like we see Button Norris do, and you think he's throwing from the stretch and just take a quick stride back, keeps everything in line, stay tall, and fire away.
Had 5 starts with the Angels last year. Was 1-2 in those starts with an ERA of just over 4.5. 2 balls and a strike is the count here on Andrews. He grounded out his first time up.
And to me, Terry, in a rotation that it's not totally set yet. He's got a great opportunity in front of him.
There's a pitch that's in there for a strike. Andrews didn't like that call one bit by the home plate umpire, Ben May, and he walks out of the batter's box right there, which really you're not supposed to do if there aren't any runners on base. And here's the pitch. That's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play.
Much better on the release by Myers. See Maldonado insisting on him throwing to the glove or through the glove. Again, reminding him, think fastball. Anytime you after that breaking ball, think fastball.
Here's the next pitch, and that's a low and outside.
Terry, also Maldonado finding out with guys like Richards and Meyer, these are not guys that are easy to catch.
Yeah, a lot of movement on their pitches, some hard throwers.
Guard your thumb. Slow it down.
Here's the next pitch. This is lifted high in the air into center field, and it's hanging up for Eric Young. He's battling the sun a little bit, but makes the catch on that one, and that's the second out. Shin-Soo Choo will be the next batter. And fans, don't forget, register your little angel for the 2017 Junior Angels Kids Club. It's only $18. Members receive 4 ticket vouchers, a t-shirt, a coupon for a free large pizza, and much more. It's presented by Papa John's. Visit angels.com/Junior Angels for more info.
There's a pitch that we just saw there with Andrews hoping he can get it back, but just the presence of inside fastball has some of these hitters opening up that front hip and not reaching those pitches outside, as we saw also with Carlos Gomez.
Chu was just trying to bunt his way on and fouled that pitch off. Angels do have a shift going here, although just 2 on each side, but the 2 that are on the left side of the infield for the Angels. Pennington's not far from second, and Marte, the third baseman, is about halfway between second and third.
Chu, as you mentioned, only 48 games plays last year. 48 games and multiple times on the disabled list. But when he is on, he's a presence. He's productive. He's got power. He's got speed. He's got a heck of an arm. Even last year, with his limited time, had a very good on-base percentage of over 350, even though he only hit 242.
Here's the pitch. That one is hit well in the center field. Young is going back, still back. The ball is over his head, and the ball's off the wall out there in center. Chu will coast into second base, and he is there with a 2-out double. It's his first hit today, so the inning will continue. Rua will be the next batter. He has a hit his only time up.
Boy, do the Rangers welcome this presence out of that lineup. Somebody that with one swing, base running abilities, the arm, the range, the power can really change a game around for you. Just needs to stay on the field. And what's going to be, once again, a very challenging ball club, led by Cole Hamels. Yu Darvish, full season. He's been a little erratic here in camp, but throwing the ball well when it comes down to velocity and being able to repeat those mechanics. And he certainly brings another strong 1-2 along with Hamels and Martin Perez. Nice strong 1-2-3 for Texas.
They were hoping Andrew Kashner would be a big part of things as far as their rotation, and Tyson Ross, but there's concern right now as far as Kashner is concerned, as far as him being ready for opening day. It doesn't appear to be the case.
Ross will be a big factor for the Rangers in 2017.
He's likely going to be sidelined until May. Speaking of Tyson Ross, and there's a pitch. It's low. 1 ball, no strikes. .48 pitches right now for Meyer as he tries to get the final out here in the third inning. Angels up 4-1 against Texas, and the next pitch, that's a pitch in there for a strike.
He's getting it up there, 96, 97 miles an hour. Much better command with the outer half this inning with Maldonado.
Angels have the Australian pitcher from minor league camp warming up right now, Sam Holland. And here's the next delivery, and that is a little bit outside. Holland is a kind of a submariner. Sidearm pitcher.
That'll be quite a change, huh? From Meyer throwing 96 to 98.
Yeah. So Meyer is set and takes a look at second base. He delivers. This is bounced over the mound out near the second base bag, stopped by Fontana. His throw is in time, and that's how the inning will end. So they leave a runner in scoring position. 3 stranded for Texas so far today. The 4th inning is coming right up, and it's a 4-1 Angels lead on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. New pitcher for the Texas Rangers as we get ready to begin inning number 4. Austin Pettibone is his name. They've brought him up today from minor league camp, and of course they have a split squad day of games today, so they needed to get some players here. They have another club that's going to play in the Alamo Dome later tonight in San Antonio. So Pettibone is the new pitcher, and he's been in one game for the Rangers, and he has faced one batter this spring, and the one batter that he faced this spring, he retired. He's worked 1/3 of an inning, so he's ready to take over. Eric Young Jr. is the batter. There's a bunt try by Young, and he fouls it off right by the batter's circle. Angels have some action as well in the bullpen right now. Manny Banuelos is loosening up. So Hochschild, the starter for the Rangers, is gone. We'll give you his numbers in just a moment. Texas actually has 7 players on their roster for today's game, and none of those, the 7, have appeared in a single game for them this spring. So they are kind of stretching things out here to field 2 teams for 2 games today in 2 different states.
It's a big day for those youngsters.
Yeah.
Go out there and show your skills.
Here's the next pitch, and again Young was looking, but lays off that one for a ball, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Terry, haven't been there before as you're itching to get a chance to play on the big league side. When you look at the minor league side and across, you're hoping that you do something that grants you another invite.
Sure.
Just another day.
Get you on the radar screen a little bit. Pettibone's pitch, and that one comes in, and that one almost hit Young. It's ball 3. He drops down a little bit, slings it in there. Submariner.
He's a youngster out of UC Santa Barbara and also Esperanza High, and born in Placentia and lives in Yorba Linda, so somebody that's quite aware of what the Angels represent, who they are.
Here's the next pitch, and this one is chopped right to the first baseman Rua, and he will beat Young to the bag for the out. Ben Revere will be the next batter. Fans, don't forget, host a business function or celebrate a special occasion in your own private suite at the Big A. Suite rentals offer all-inclusive food and beverage packages. Visit angels.com/suites to reserve your suite today. Revere's been up twice, and he's been on base twice, a single and a walk. Here's the pitch on the Angels left fielder. It's taken for strike 1.
Pettibone last year in High Desert, 40 games all in relief, and mightily affected by command ditches. 41 walks in 63 2/3 innings, where he also struck out 55. And you can see where command could be an issue when you try to find a consistent release point slot. With the way he throws the ball, the way he lands, and then to torque all that into the strike zone could be a little difficult.
He's ready, and the next pitch a little bit low and outside for a ball.
He's one of those guys that can really live off of hitters chasing out of the zone, but that has not happened.
So here's the next one on Revere, and he slaps it right to the second baseman. Drew Robinson is there to throw him out. A couple of ground ball outs on the right side. Numbers on Hochschild, the starter for Texas. 3 innings. He allowed 7 hits, 4 runs. They were earned. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He also threw a wild pitch.
And to a total of 73 pitches through 3 innings. That's a lot of work, including a 30-pitch second inning and a 19-pitch third inning.
So Valbuena is the batter. First pitch he's taking, and it missed for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Pettibone is a pretty quick worker, and here's the next delivery, and that's on the outside corner. It's a called strike.
Of course, big thank you to all those listening on Fox Sports Southwest here and all of our colleagues. Might be tuning in: Tom Grieve, Dave Raymond, CJ Nikowski, Emily Jones, Eric Nadell.
There's one that's popped up down the left field side, chasing in foul ground, but unable to get to that one is Snyder. So staying alive is Valbuena.
Matt Hicks, Jared Sandler, and Espanol, Eleno Ornelas, and Jose Guzman. And I know how much we enjoy our visits to Arlington and the hospitality we receive from everybody in the area.
Yeah,
especially the press box.
We always like seeing Miss Wanda in the press box, don't we? She always takes care of us.
Always.
Yeah.
Great times in the Dallas area.
Here's the pitch, chopped on the right side. That's scooped up by Robinson, and the Angels go down with 3 ground ball outs against Pettibone here in the 4th. We are going to the bottom of the 4th inning right now, and things are good for the Angels. A 4-1 lead on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Angels bring in a new pitcher, and it's left-hander Manny Banuelos. He takes over for Alex Meyer, who worked the first 3. Meyer allowed a total of 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 1, struck out 2. So Banuelos will get ready to work now for the Angels and for Manny this spring. I haven't seen him in a while. This appearance will be his 4th. And 3 of the 4 coming in relief. 6 2/3 innings, 3 hits allowed. He has given up a run. It's unearned, so he has a 0 ERA. 7 walks, though, in those 6 2/3 innings with 3 strikeouts.
Yes, he's had to pitch out a lot of trouble. He has benefited from a couple of double plays. But he knows the importance of getting ahead and coming out here, especially now, and facing a lefty and making some quality pitches immediately.
He's ready in the first pitch. That's ripped in the gap in right center field. That's going to roll all the way out to the wall in right center. Gallo will stop at second base, and he is 2 for 2 today. He jumped all over that first pitch there from Banuelos.
Yes, he did, and it's also fun to watch a big man like Joey Gallo get around the bases. He was thinking 3. Good to see a slugger, young guy, eager, trying to get his name in the big leagues and establish himself. Get out of the batter's box and see the big gap, split it.
Hello.
Take some nice turns. And hustle. Well done.
So James Loney will be the next batter. And Banuelos will be working from the stretch. He's set. And here's the pitch. That one is blasted deep down the right field side, and it is way out of here. Loney had not had a home run or an RBI this spring, and he just got a couple of RBIs with that two-run homer. And the Angel lead is down to a run. It's now 4-3.
Touch the Shamrocks. James Loney. All of them. A no-doubter. So 2 pitches, 2 lefties. And the ball's been hit quite hard and far here against Manny Bañuelos. Sitting dead red, James Loney did miss it. Not known for his power, but he has hit as many as 15 home runs in a season.
So Bañuelos has made 2 pitches here in the inning. He's given up a double on one of the pitches and a 2-run homer on the other one. And the batter now is Jimenez, their catcher, and he takes the first pitch. And it missed for ball 1. It's 1-0. Time called just when Bañuelos was about ready to come in. Jimenez moves back in the batter's box, taps the plate with the bat. Here's the pitch. That's low. It skipped away from Maldonado. So it's 2-0. Angels have the infield backed up, and the outfield is shaded a little bit the opposite way. Here's the next pitch, and that one is hit pretty well in the center field. Going back on it is Eric Young Jr. He has a beat on it, and his momentum takes him out onto the warning track. He'll make the grab on it, but that was hit a good 390 out there to center field. That's the first out.
Sounded loud, and certainly Eric Young understanding how the ball's carrying better now. The flags are pushing everything back. Takes a good angle. And it is tradition here in spring training. The pitchers getting their work and conditioning out in the outfield. Terry is a much better feeling after a decent outing because as Mark Gubuzza can attest to go out there and be running on the warning track on the road after a rough one. He's just a target.
Yeah, that's not a real good feeling there. Here's the pitch. That's another shot in the center. That's going to drop in for a hit. One hopper out there to Eric Young, and boy, they're teeing off here on Manny Bañuelos.
All lefties, Gallo, Loney, and now Snyder on pitches that are just not finding the bottom part of the zone, and they're teeing off on it.
So a lot of people coming out there to the mound, some of his players to talk to him about. Buena's out there, the catcher Maldonado's out there, Marte's out there.
Something the Angels don't want to do is have to go to that bullpen. Bañuelos is somebody that the Angels came in with the idea of keeping him stretched out. So the time is now to make an adjustment against another left-handed hitter, and a very good one, and the youngster Drew Robinson.
So here's Robinson. He's a left-handed batter, and the first pitch on him, that one is a ball. Well, if you're a lefty and you have trouble getting out left-handed batters, that's never a good sign.
He's got trouble spotting the fastball and just getting too much of the play, but in spotting the fastball better, even off the plate, he can spread out and try to incorporate that slider going away.
Here's the pitch, and it's fouled off on the left side. That's going to get back and out of play.
And hitters will tell you so much, even on the way they take pitches and the way they approach pitches, even if they're balls, on what they see coming out of your hand, and have a great sense as to what is not working, and if there's velocity lacking, for sure.
Bañuelos with the next delivery, and he fooled him right there. Took a little something off that pitch. Missing it is Robinson, and now he's in the hole. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bañuelos fastball. He'll throw a cutter, good curveball, good changeup. He'll throw a sinker as well. Off-speed stuff, probably the best of his arsenal. And there's one right there, waved at him, missed, and Robinson goes down on strikes. So that's his second out, first strikeout for Banuelos, and now the leadoff man, Carlos Gomez, will be the next batter.
It's a good job spraying the plate and making sure he hits that quadrant. Down and away, repeated it a couple of times, all because he threw the best fastball on the one that Robinson fouled off, and he had to respect that, thus commit a little bit earlier and not chase and reach that breaking ball. He was not able to hold off.
Gomez has had an 0 for 2 day. The Rangers center fielder, and the pitch, he lifts this one in the air, hits it pretty well into right field. Lamar has a beat though, and a few feet from the rim of the track, he'll gather that one in. So a lot of balls were hit hard and deep in the inning, but Banuelos ends up getting the final out here in the bottom of the fourth. Couple runs in for Texas in the inning. It's a 4-3 Angels lead. We go to the fifth on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. We're set to get the fifth inning underway. Rangers will bring in their third pitcher of the day. His name is Jeremy Jeffress, veteran reliever who figures to be a pretty big part of their bullpen this season. He was with the Brewers and the Rangers a year ago. 3-2 record. ERA was very good last season, 2.33. And he ended up with 27 saves and 28 save opportunities a year ago. He was the Brewers closer when the Rangers got him during last season. Here's the pitch, and that one is in there for a called strike.
Here's a young person who's had to battle so many things off the field, Terry, that there's no questioning his talent, especially his arm. But he's been sidetracked and has not had a longer or better career because of some of the things that happened to him away from the field, and hopefully those things are behind him. He's getting another chance, another window, and quite thankful to the Texas Rangers.
C.J. Cron is the batter. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Jeffress replacing Pettibone, who had a 1-2-3 inning, 3 ground ball outs against the Angels last inning. Jeffress is a hard thrower. He's topped out triple digits with his fastball, and here's one that's chopped right to short. It's fielded there by Andrews. He'll throw out Cron, and that's the first out. Marte will be the next batter. Fans, get your red on. The 20-game flex plan offers a variety of options to choose from. Opening night, premium matchups, and promotional giveaway nights. Buy your flex plan today at angels.com/ticket plan or call 796 halo.
Elvis Andrews, talk about taking a chance on a ball, eating you up, Terry. And because of that, he was offset with his feet and had to lob a throw out there. And luckily, that throw did not sail away from the ground and up over the glove of the first baseman.
First pitch a ball on Marte. Andrews was very nonchalant on that ground ball.
Well, those are things you don't want to see. This game will teach you very quickly when you start taking it for granted.
There's a pitch that's a little bit low. This would have been the regular season, and if Beltre had been here, I'm sure he would have given him a little stare down on that
right away.
Yeah.
Superb shortstop, and he'll admit it. Sometimes the issue has been just the focus,
the
lack thereof. But boy, he is good.
Next pitch on Jeffrey Marte, and he takes that one for ball 3. It's 3 balls, no strikes. You were talking about Jeffress, who's pitching. He's had substance abuse problems in the past, and that goes back to his days in the minors. But he has a very good arm. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled off on the left side, and the count's now 3-1. He had the green light on that 3-0.
And as thankful as Jeffress is to the Rangers organization for another opportunity, of course, he is even more thankful to the Milwaukee Brewers, who will truly take a chance of somebody like him.
Here's the pitch, and that one is low, ball 4. So Marte, who today is sporting number 99 instead of his regular 19.
Terry, been there before. You know what happened, right?
What, did he forget his jersey or something?
Bam, money.
There you go.
It's the most embarrassing thing. You go on the road and all of a sudden you go, I really don't want to admit this, but I know I'm going to play. Hey, Mr. Clubby.
Yep.
Would you please help me out? And then you have teammates going, that's a fine, man. Admit it. Tell the manager. Manager may not even notice it.
Marte not going. Pennington is the batter, and he ends up taking that pitch. He swung at the first pitch when he batted in the second inning and doubled. And then when he batted in the third inning, he swung at the first pitch and he grounded out. This time he takes one. And I guess he figures, I need to see a few more pitches here per at bat today.
Hit and run last time, first pitch for Mike Scioscia. Put the ball in play.
Toss over to first. Marte is back. Angels are up 4-3. We're in the 5th inning here at Surprise Stadium. And a toss over to first base, and back to the bag goes the base runner over there, Marte.
First base coach Keith Johnson, whom we're going to visit with, Terry, after the game. He's replacing Alfredo Griffin, who is out in San Diego now, Petco Park with Team Dominican.
AAA Salt Lake manager Keith Johnson.
Sees a lot of these faces, and he gets to know them very well. We'll talk about that after the game.
There's a pitch a little bit low and inside, and the catcher Jimenez is going to go out and have a word with Jeffress, the pitcher. That meeting wraps up.
And Jeffress's former battery mate taking a close look at him. It's Martín Maldonado who's on deck. Caught many of those innings for him in Milwaukee.
Here comes the next delivery. It's lifted foul on the left side, backing out of play.
It comes down to mechanics for Jeffress. The key thing, even talking to Ron Renicky, who was in the organization as a manager, knows about Jeffress is making sure lower body, upper body are all together. There's a tendency for that lower body to be way ahead of times and get away from the good arm.
Next delivery, this is lined but right near the center fielder. Gomez goes a few feet to his right to make the catch in left center. That's the second out. Here's Maldonado with 2 gone. He's had a hit. He scored a run. He's also grounded out, so a 1-for-2 day for Martin Maldonado, who's 30 years old. Back in the Angels system. He started his pro career in the Angels organization. Never played for the Angels. Was eventually released by the Angels, but here he is back at age 30 with the Halos, and he figures to have a prominent role in this 2017 season. The pitch, that's a called strike on the outside corner.
There's Martin going, hey, I've seen that fastball before, but never from the batter's box.
Yeah, caught a few of them.
Jeffress has that short arm, and he can pump it up there, and the ball is going to be right on you. He's really gotten better at hitting the corners and pitching downhill, which is a key for him. A lot of fastballs missed down.
Next pitch, that's fouled back. Looked like Marte was on the move. He started off that way, the runner at first, and then jammed on the brakes. No balls and 2 strikes.
Hey, Mike Socha's kept his base runners busy all throughout the spring. Angels came into today, as mentioned earlier, 29 stolen bases and multiple attempts on the hit and run. And running hits.
So Maldonado is deep in the hole here. The 0-2 delivery. He bounces this one right at the second baseman. Robinson will throw him out, and that's how the inning will end. Pretty quiet inning for the Angels, who leave 1 runner on base. The bottom of the 5th is next here in Surprise. Right now, 4-3 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Bottom of the 5th here at Surprise Stadium. 4-3 Angels on top of the Texas Rangers. And Texas will go with the number 2 batter, Elvis Andrus, to lead things off. He's had an 0-for-2 day as he gets set to dig in here against Manny Banuelos, his second inning of relief, and the pitch that's fouled off on the right side for strike 1.
Terry, Let's hope for a clean inning for Manny Banuelos.
He could use one.
Some things were learned that first time he took the mound. What do you face? 6 batters? Got hit around first 2 batters. Only threw 12 pitches.
Yeah, that was what was remarkable. As long as that half inning seemed to take, it was on a very limited number of pitches. The Rangers had some success. There's one that's low and in, and the count even 1-1.
This Andrews, fun player to watch. Career high 8 home runs, 69 RBIs. His average jumped from 258 to 302 last season.
He takes that one outside for a ball. And he's the guy over the years the Rangers have had him in different spots in their batting order.
All because he's grown really into a fine big league hitter.
Here's the next pitch. This is chopped right to short. Pennington fires over to first base to Valbuena for the out. So 1 gone. Shin-Soo Choo will be the next batter.
And Andrews, like many Venezuelan players here in camp, watching closely as Team Venezuela is struggling now, Terry, in the second round of the World Baseball Classic. Another loss yesterday to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, they have a real uphill struggle now if they're going to continue on in the WBC. Here's the pitch, and that's inside on Choo. He doubled his last time up.
Choo himself has some WBC experience playing for Korea, a team that this year, without their main stars, really struggled.
There's a pitch that Choo was checking on, and they say he was holding up. So it's a 2-0 count.
Korea was a host team, in fact, by one of the pools, and just could not get out of that first round. That's where Simba and company invaded.
Yep, the Netherlands, they are doing quite well again in this year's WBC.
They're on their way back to the United States. Get acclimated once a time again with the time, and get the jet lag out and get to work onto Dodger Stadium.
There's a high fly ball. It's hit pretty well into left center field, but tracking it and under and making the grab is Ben Revere. So Choo is set down, 2 up, 2 away, and Ryan Rua will be the next batter.
Key pitch for Ryan Rua for Banuelos to keep this economic trend going in terms of pitches, Terry. First pitch right here, we'll tell you. And I expect Rua to go out there and hack.
Hit 258 last year with the Texas Rangers, and he was swinging at that off-speed pitch and tips it foul right near the plate.
There was. No sitting on fastball is the message from Martín Maldonado behind the plate, and Banuelos following along smartly.
Here's the next one from Banuelos, and that one missed for a ball. Rua, a guy who can play, well, really both corner infield spots. He can play in the outfield for you, so it gives you some versatility. Here's the next one, and that's outside. It missed. So it's a 2-1 count.
Still recall his best game offensively in the big leagues, a 4-hit game against the Angels back in 2014. A lot of potential for this young man.
And the next pitch, he's taking that one, and it missed for ball 3. So it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the next delivery, and he goes after it, does Rua, and he fouls that one off.
Terry, you gave me some good news on Ernesto Frieri related to the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, our old friend Ernesto, of course, former closer for the Angels. I guess, you know, teams scout the World Baseball Classic. Next pitch, that's lined into left center, and that will fall in and bounce all the way out to the wall. Going up to second base and stopping there with a 2-out double. His second hit of the day will be Rua. But Ernesto Frieri caught the eye, I guess, of the Yankees scouts who were watching him pitch in the World Baseball Classic for Colombia, and they've signed him to a deal.
Yes, signed to a deal. Can always use that arm. And for Frieri, some of the games I was able to catch, saw him throwing 94 to 96 miles an hour. Velocity has never been the issue. It's command and a secondary pitch. So hopefully it'll work out well this time for Ernesto, and he'll crack that bullpen.
So a 2-out double. Rua at second. Here is Gallo. The Angels haven't gotten him out today as a single and a double. 4 hits given up by Banuelos since coming in. He's working in his second inning of relief. Rangers have the tying run at second, 2 outs, and the first one, Gallo chases that pitch and tips it off the mid of the catcher Maldonado. So it's no balls and 1 strike.
Well, Gallo is the first batter he faced and quickly lined that double to right center field, so he's wasting no time on the information that he's gotten about Banuelos and trying to get ahead of him with that fastball. He's got to be careful missing anything on the inner half with that fastball. All breaking ball that's loops over. It's got mighty power.
Here's the next delivery, and he worked him inside with that one. Lefty-lefty matchup. Gallo is really put together. He goes about 6'5", 230 pounds. He looks like a strong man.
And he is. Just a look, as you say. And does not get cheated.
And Banuelos with the next delivery inside. Looked like Maldonado was thinking about maybe a snap throw out to second base, but the ball popped out of his glove.
You know, we've seen some balls over at Tempe Diablo Stadium leave the yard over the netting and into the gym back there, and he has hit one of the most impressive ones, at least that I've seen, Terry, in our time here. Into the parking lot.
Two balls, 1 strike. Next delivery, he had him fooled right there. He didn't know whether to go after it, hold up, got caught in between, and it's a 2-2 count on Joey Gallo.
That pitch and that swing, for half a swing, or the commitment, is all related to the fastball inside off the plate that Banuelos showed him.
And Banuelos's best pitches are his off-speed pitches, and he fooled Gallo on that last one. And there's when he tried to sneak a little bit low and misses outside, so it's a full count.
Last fastball at 90 miles per hour. His fastball has picked up a little bit since he first came into the game. Now with 31 pitches.
So it's a full count. Everyone is ready, and the payoff delivery, and he froze him right there with a breaking ball, and he knew it. Struck him out looking. That was one good pitch right there from Banuelos, and that'll do it for the Rangers here in the bottom of the 5th. They leave the runner at second base. They had the 2-out double, but couldn't get the runner in. We're headed to the 6th inning. It's 4-3 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Texas Rangers make several changes. We'll pick those up out in the field as we start the 6th inning. Jeffress is still on the hill for them. And Nolan Fontana is the batter. And the last couple of games, yesterday, the ball game against the Rockies, and today this guy's been swinging a hot bat, and he lines another one, but it's right near the center fielder who comes in and makes the grab on that one, and that'll be out number 1. One gone. Fontana, I mentioned he had been hot yesterday. He had 2 at-bats. And he had gotten a pair of hits and a pair of RBIs. First 2 times up today, 2 more hits and 3 RBIs. So he was 4 for 4 with 5 runs batted in before just lining out to center field. Ryan Lamar is the batter. And the first pitch, he takes it for a ball to count. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the next delivery. That's another shot out there into center field. A low line drive. It pops off the glove of the center fielder, and on will be Lamar. Figures to be a hit. That was not an easy play out there.
Stay busy with some of those knucklers coming at you in center field. Nice effort. This one had a little bit of effect at the end as the ball cuts back over it. And he's not able to handle it. It's handcuffed, but an outstanding effort.
So the Angels have a runner on. 1 out. Let's pause for stations to identify themselves on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. Terry Smith, Jose Mota, our producer engineer is Jorge Sevilla. 6th inning baseball. Angels leading by a run, 4-3. There's a pitch taken by Young for strike. 0-1 to count. New first baseman in the game for the Rangers is Ronald Guzman. They have a new shortstop in the ball game. That's Jason Martinson. Martinson is one of their minor league players who's on the roster today. No balls and 1 strike. There goes the runner. The pitch, that one is fouled off on the right side. So the count is no balls and 2 strikes on Young. Jeffress, pitcher number 3 of the day here for the Texas Rangers. And here's the next pitch. That one is fouled off back behind the plate. Beck Preston is the new right fielder for the Rangers.
And this is where it gets a little silent around here, Terry, as we try to figure out who's where.
Who's who? And the pitch, that one is a ball. Throw to second, sails into center field. And Lamar got up, thought about maybe trying to move on to third, but he will hold at second with the stolen base. And that one is the first one of the day for the Angels, who had 4 yesterday against the Rockies.
There's 30 stolen bases for the Angels. And this, their 20th game of the spring.
Here's the next pitch, and checking on that one is Young. They say he was holding. The right fielder mentioned that is Preston Beck, who is out there. Looks like Royce Bollinger is the new center fielder, and he is wearing number 38. That was a number that wasn't on any roster that we saw. The pitch. This is a little pop-up to short. New shortstop there. Martinson is under. He'll make the grab on that one. And so that'll be out number 2 here in the 6th inning.
Eric Young Jr. had a little tough time there trying to see what engaged velocity, and even because Jeffress threw him a couple of hard breaking balls. He was totally committed, and at the very end, perhaps looking breaking ball, he was busted with a fastball in. And Jeffress has been spotting the fastball around 91, 92 miles an hour. We know that velocity is going to pick up leading into the regular season.
So the batter now is Ramon Flores. He is pinch hitting for Revere. Ben Revere went 1 for 2 today at a single walk and a ground out. Here's the pitch on Flores. Goes after the first one and fouls that one off on the left side, backing out of play. It's also a new third baseman in the game. Joey Gallo has left, and Josh Altman is the new third baseman for Texas. So it looks like we've gotten all the paperwork squared away here now.
Crickets.
Yep.
Are we good now?
I believe we are.
All right, let's talk.
Here's the next pitch. That's a little bit low. We do still have a few of the starters in the ball game. Jimenez is still catching. Robinson is still at second. Travis Snyder is still out there in left field. Jeffress is a slow worker. He takes time between pitches. And here comes his next delivery. This is chopped on the right side by Flores, fielded by the first baseman, and Guzman flips to Jeffress, the pitcher, covering, and the inning will end. Angels had a hit in the inning. That was by Lamar, and that was about it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a runner left. 7 stranded by the Halos, who lead it by a run at the moment, 4-3. Middle of the 6th, we're headed to the bottom of the inning, and you're tuned in today on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. We get set to move to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 4-3 Angels lead. The Angels have Mike Morin now in the ball game, so he replaces Manny Banuelos. Banuelos worked innings 4 and 5 for the Angels, and in his 2 innings today, he ended up giving up 4 hits, 2 runs. They were earned. Did not walk any, struck out 2, and gave up a home run. So Mike Morin is on the hill, and James Loney is the first batter to face him, and the first pitch in there for a strike. Loney has a 2-run homer today. Mike Morin is in a battle now with several other relievers to win a spot in the Angel bullpen. There's a pitch that is in there, and the count's no balls and 2 strikes. Last time we saw Morin, and that was here at this ballpark against the Kansas City Royals a few days ago. Morin really struggled, and here's one that's lifted in the air down the right field side, making a running catch out there with his momentum, taking him out to the warning track is Ryan Lamar. Nice play by Lamar. 1 gone. A.J. Jimenez, the catcher, the next batter.
Yes, sir. This is Morin's 6th appearance here of the spring. 5 innings. He has allowed 11 hits, 5 earned runs, and the opponents came into this game hitting .458 against him. As you talk about the Angels bullpen, Manny Banuelos only made 32 pitches on an outing where he was supposed to be stretched out, and he's out there in the bullpen getting the extra pitches that he needs.
So the first one here on Jimenez misses for a ball. The count's 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the next delivery. That's a little bit low. Two balls, 1 strike, the count. Morin is ready, and he delivers, and here's a pop-up not far from the mound. Let's see who's going to come in from third base. Making the catch in front of the pitcher's mound is Marte. Morin was pointing up to the sky, and he was looking for some help right there. It's a third baseman who makes the play.
Pointing to the sky, asking for a little help. He got it. I must say, Terry, that Jeffrey Marte has really impressed us, and we see the improvement. He has spent a lot of time focusing at that defense. He knows that is the one spot where he provides versatility, but he needed to be a little more proficient and dependable. First, third, emergency in the outfield where he had to be slotted.
Here's one that's chopped by the mound, and that ball's going to skip through into right center field. So that's going to be a base hit there for Travis Snyder. That's his second hit of the day, Travis Snyder. And it looks like they're going to bring in a pinch runner for Snyder, so his day in left field will be over for the Rangers.
Trying to help you out here. It sounded like Pinto.
That's Edward Pinto. That's right.
Got it.
This is the first game he's played in for Texas all spring up from their minor league camp.
He's got a big lead.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a toss over there. He dives back to the bag.
That lead was so big. He actually started sprinting towards first base. Then he dove. He was as far away as you can get. The youngster's unafraid. Now he cut it down a little bit. Like by a step. Look at the tracks where he was before.
Yep.
And where he is now.
There's a toss again, and he gets back to the bag in time. List him at 5'10". Doesn't really have real big stolen base numbers in his minor league career. Pinto, the pinch runner, and there's a pitch that's in there on Drew Robinson for a called strike.
Well, I'm sure he'll be taught there because if you have the ability to get big leads, you're not afraid to get out that much, then whatever is missing, he'll learn with experience. Coaching first base today is Josh Bonifay, who is a field coordinator for the Texas Rangers. And coaching third base is Hector Ortiz, who is usually their first base coach, as we've talked about the divided squad they have in the other group over in San Antonio.
There goes the runner. The pitch is a ball. The throw down is second, and the ball gets away and ricochets into right field, and then Pinto gets up and gets the third, and then he was almost ready to break for the plate. Boy, Pennington went over to cover second base, and that throw by Maldonado looked like it was right on the money. In fact, it looked like he was going to be out by a mile.
I think the ball got there so quickly that it actually hit the bag. The carom just tells you it did not hit a glove. It did not hit a leg. The ball hit the base. I mean, it's like a rubbery substance going out there and pushing it away, and that's what happened.
Bottom line is Pennington's got to catch that ball.
That's a catchable throw. He waited for the ball to get there when he had a chance to extend his glove and put the tag.
So it's going to be a throwing error.
And here's the issue.
Stolen base.
It's the carry that Maldonado has in those throws that perhaps had Pennington thinking that ball's going to drop. And the ball just kept sailing and getting there. He got there on time in the air when he was expecting that ball to be low on the ground.
Yeah, that's a tough error there for Maldonado because he did his job. That throw was there way in advance of the runner coming in, but it wasn't caught, and it looked like it hit the bag and then ricocheted into right field. Here's a two-hopper hit the second. Fontana stops it and throws out Robinson. So I guess no harm, no foul. The inning is over, and they leave that runner at third base. Ends on the 4-3 ground out. We're headed to the seventh inning, and the Angels still lead the Rangers 4-3 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Texas had a new catcher. The pitcher is Tanner Scheppers, and the catcher is Pat Cantwell. And the batter for the Angels is Luis Valbuena, and he takes that pitch for a called strike. They also have a new second baseman. That's Anders Tejada. And Edward Pinto, who came in as the pinch runner, has stayed in the game, and he is now in left field. Next delivery fouled off down the left side by Valbuena. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. The bottom of the portion here. for the Angels as Valbuena gets ready to lead things off, and the next pitch, and that one misses high. Last half inning, the bottom of the 6th inning. It was brought to you by our friends at Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana. Rotolo Chevrolet is pursuing excellence every day. Visit them at rotolo.com. That's rotolo.com. And here's the next pitch. It's popped in the air down the left side. Pinto is chasing in foul territory, but it's back to the seats and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tanner Scheppers replaces Jeremy Jeffress. Jeffress worked the last 2 innings. He allowed 1 hit, no runs. He walked the batter, did not strike out any. And there's another one that's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play.
For Tanner Scheppers, just being on the mound is something that he welcomes. Only appeared a total of 18 games, including 10 with the Rangers, 2 at Frisco, 6 at Round Rock last year, following left knee surgery.
Next delivery, that's lined right at the new second baseman who's tested, and Tejada jumps up and nabs that one. Good play by him.
But for Scheppers, what a welcome addition he will be to their bullpen. 76 appearances back in 2013. He was 6-2 with a 1.88 ERA.
Dana Hills High School grad Tanner Scheppers. He was the Rangers opening day starter a few years ago in 2014. Here's the pitch. C.J. Cron is batting once again in the ball game, his 4th time up, and he takes that one for ball 1. Next delivery, that one is low for a ball.
C.J. Cron, this will be, we were officially at 41 at bats, leading the Angels this spring.
Here's the next pitch. He chops this one to short. Martinson playing there for the Rangers will throw out Cron, and 2 outs. Easy outs here. Jeffrey Marte will be the next batter. As Scheppers faces the Angels, this appearance for him this spring, it is his 4th, and he had 3 scoreless innings coming into today. Missed most of last season after having the left knee surgery. There's a pitch on the outside corner. That's a called strike. He's a guy Jose mentioned has missed a lot of time. He's had a history of back trouble. He missed about 3.5 months of the 2014 season because of a right shoulder issue. He's had right ankle issues in the past, going back to 2015 when he had the ankle sprain, the knee surgery last year. So he has been good when he's been healthy. Had a big year for them in 2013.
A big arm.
Next pitch, and that comes in, and that gets a piece of Marte, but he appears to be okay.
Yeah, that came in at 93 miles an hour. And not that Marte was leaning or anything, looking breaking ball. This one, this fastball got away from Scheppers.
Marte took that one right around the left shoulder blade area, but got up right away.
Well, did a good job turning his body around to not expose his face.
So the Angels have a 2-out base runner here against Scheppers. If Pennington, the shortstop, is the batter, the pitch is low. It skips away from the new catcher Cantwell. No throw to second. That wild pitch will move Marte up a base.
And now that Pennington comes up there, just look at his look in between innings as to what that throw did to him. He was like, had that look of amazement going, had no idea that throw was going to get to the bag.
Yeah, he had that puzzled look on his face. He sure did.
No kidding.
Here's the pitch, and that's a little bit outside.
Of course, we're talking about the attempted steal where Maldonado made a throw, and the ball actually hit the bag. It ricocheted off of it. And Pennington expected that ball to hit the ground. Learn a little bit more about your teammates somehow, sometimes the hard way.
Pennington was taking the next pitch, and it was in there. It's 2-1.
I recall when Joe Mauer first came to the big leagues, in the middle infielders for the Minnesota Twins went through the same issue sometimes because Joe Mauer's throws had so much carry. They had to stay with it and make sure that glove did not drop, anticipating a ball in the dirt until the very last minute. And they were told, until you see the ball hit the dirt, don't anticipate anything. That ball is going to have a lot of carry.
3-1 is the count as Pennington awaits the next delivery here, and it's on its way from Sheppers, and he missed low, so he walks him. So got the first two batters out easily. Then he hit Marte. Now he walks Pennington, and the Angels have a pair on with a pair out. Maldonado will be the next batter. The Angels are going to bring in a pinch runner.
Pinch running at first base, 73.
Andrew Daniel is going to pinch run. He's up from minor league camp today.
All right, Andrew. Go out there and show the legs. Hope a ball's hitting the gap or something.
First time we've seen him all spring with the Angels, so he has to feel excited to see some action here with the Halos.
Sure, many family members who might be here in the ballpark or watching on television, as it is the case with both ball clubs. Always exciting to see a young man and the family representing well in the big leagues here in spring training.
Maldonado at the plate, count even on him, 1-1. Andrew Daniel, that pinch runner, is from San Diego. He played at the University of San Diego, and last season at Double-A Arkansas hit .266. Here's the next pitch. That's chopped foul back behind the plate. So still 1-2 on Maldonado.
Hasn't been the easiest of springs for Maldonado with the bat. Came into today hitting only .071, 2 for 28. Today, after a good start, slicing a ball to right center field. As the Angels hitting coaches try to emphasize more and more the importance of a steady top hand for him.
There's one that's low and outside, blocked by the catcher. 2-2. 21 pitch inning now for Sheppers. Here's the next delivery, and that is way low and outside. So he's struggling with his command. He has hit a batter, walked a batter, and now he's worked another 3-ball count against an Angel hitter. So we'll see what gives here on the next pitch. Full count. Runners go. Pitch is high. Fastball missed. Walked another batter. So runners everywhere for the Angels.
Well, it all comes with 2 outs on that fastball that got away from him, hitting Marte, and after that, he just has not been able to get into a good flow on where the ball and how the ball's coming out of his hand.
And they're going to go out and have a visit with Sheppers out there on the mound, try and settle him down a little bit. For Cantel, you see it happen so much when a pitcher hits a batter. Sometimes they get a little shaken up out there on the mound. I don't know if that's the case here, but certainly since that happened, he's walked the next 2.
Doug Brocale delivering the message, and sometimes a message as simple as you and the glove, and you get away from the mechanics just so you don't add anything else to the mentality of a guy that has now the bases loaded after 2 outs.
Preston Claiborne is now warming up for the Rangers in their bullpen. Here's Nolan Fontana, who's had a knack for driving in runs here the last couple of ball games. He's already had 3 today, 2 yesterday, and he didn't start yesterday's game, and he bats with the bases loaded, a chance to get some more.
He has squared the ball every single time today.
First pitch was in there, the 0-1, and he grounds this one right out near the shortstop. It's fielded there by Martinson. His throw will get Fontana, and the inning will end. So no RBIs that time for Nolan. Angels will end up leaving 3 on base. It's 10 stranded today. But as we go to the bottom of the 7th, Angels still up by 1, 4-3 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Angels make a few changes as we get set for the bottom of the 7th inning. There's a new pitcher. Austin Adams will take over. Jeffrey Marte, who was playing third base, has now moved over to first base. The Angels have a new second baseman. That is Angel Rosa. Matt Williams has come in to play shortstop. And Andrew Daniel stays in the game. He is now at third. Next delivery, and that pitch missed for a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Royce Bollinger is a hitter.
He took over in center field for them, and he drives the ball to center field. Going back on that one, jumping up and unable to make the catch is Eric Young. He almost made the catch on the warning track, but the ball ended up dropping in, and Bollinger, batting for the first time in the ball game, has a leadoff double to start off the inning.
That's a pretty good job there by the youngster, getting something up in the zone, and really nice to just getting the barrel on the same plane as the baseball, the pitch. Eric Young almost made a spectacular play, and all that ground he's got to cover out in center field.
So the batter now is Martinson as he gets ready for his first at bat today. Took over for Elvis Andrus, who went 0 for 3. Right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch, and trying to hold up on that one is Martinson. He went around for strike 1. Austin Adams replacing Mike Morin, who had a scoreless inning last inning. He did allow a hit, didn't walk or strike out anyone. And the next pitch, that one bounces away from the catcher Maldonado, and breaking for third base on it will be Bollinger. So they have the tying run at third with nobody out. As Adams works for the Angels, 5th appearance this spring, 4 innings. He's allowed 4 hits, 2 earned runs. ERA's 4.50. Right-hander with a good arm. He's a hard thrower.
Hey, get him in here. Help me get.
Mortensen awaits the next pitch, and that one is a pitch. It's taken for a ball. Martinson, I should say. Jason Martinson.
Austin Adams fastball. He'll throw that about 70% of the time. Slider and sometimes a changeup.
Here's the next pitch. That's fouled back to the screen.
Will occasionally do a little twist on a fastball and 2-seam it out there and try to get a ground ball situation like this one. And as Terry mentioned, he's always had a good arm.
Maldonado, the catcher, just went out there to have a word with him. Adams has been clocked at 100 miles per hour in the past. He was in 19 games for the Indians last year. Spent most of the year in the minors. Former 5th-round pick of Cleveland, now with the Angels, who acquired him last month from Cleveland. There's a pitch low and away. And it's a full count. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes.
In AAA for the Indians in 34 games. 8 saves, 37 2/3 innings, 41 strikeouts. His walked hits per innings pitch 1.41.
And the next delivery on the 3-2, it misses, ball 4. He walked him. So that'll bring up Preston Beck. And this is going to be his first at bat today. He's hitting out a choose spot. He was 1 for 3. So Adams is in some trouble as the Angels are trying to hold on to this 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. The delivery, it's tapped foul right by the plate. In Cactus League play today, Diamondbacks and A's are in the 7th inning, and it's 3-2 Arizona. It's a D-back split squad. Brewers trailing the Royals 8-4 in the 7th. Other Mariners split squad taking on a D-back split squad, 2-2 in the 7th inning in that one. Indians split squad will face the Rangers split squad later tonight at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, and they'll play again tomorrow there as well. It'll be a day game, Saturday afternoon baseball.
It's become a tradition with the Rangers in visiting San Antonio during spring training.
Yep.
Getting a nice reach on that market. There are many Rangers fans around the area.
Indians split squad will take on the Reds this evening, and that'll be in Goodyear. Giants play under the lights against the Rockies tonight in Scottsdale. Mariners and Dodgers will have a night game here in Arizona later tonight as well. That'll be a Dodgers split squad. The other Dodgers split squad will play under the lights against the Padres in Peoria. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Grapefruit League, Astros beat the Braves 5-4. Orioles over the Pirates 8-6. Another Astros split squad beat the Red Sox 6-2. Here's the pitch, low and inside. Twins doubled up the Rays 4-2. Yankees shut out the Tigers 3-0. Blue Jays over the Phillies 7-5. Nationals and Marlins a 5-5 tie today. Mets clobbered the Cardinals 16-2. And also one other Cactus League game that is over now. The Cubs beat the White Sox today 7-3. This one's 4-3 Angels. Bottom of the 7th, and the next delivery on the 2-2. That was a good off-speed pitch that fooled Beck, struck him out.
That's a good bounce back there for Adams and for Maldonado. Once again, going out there and incorporating a plan that develops as the at-bat and the situation calls for it. Outstanding finish of that breaking ball. Started at inner third and just ran away and into the weak zone of the bat that was missed.
So here's Guzman getting ready to bat. He took over at first base. This is his first at bat today. Toss over to the bag at first base, and Martinson, the base runner, dives back safely. Guzman has had 21 at bats so far this spring, 4 hits. He wears number 67. We had a number 67 pitch in this game for Texas as well.
All right.
There's a high fly ball that it's hit well into left center field by Guzman, and he has just hit one out. That is a 3-run homer. He went the opposite way. And that puts the Rangers on top in this ball game. Guzman connects. 6-4 Texas.
Well, the Shamrocks are getting worn out here. He was a large investment for the Texas Rangers. Out of Latin America, he pretty much puts a charge the opposite field. Just a good knowledge of perhaps what the approach was going to be against him, guarding against anything in the outer half, and just drops that barrel. Big time power. He's a big man.
3-run homer. And there's a pitch that is taken for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the next delivery, and that one is cut on and fouled off on the right side, backing out of play. Josh Altman is batting. This is his first time up today. He's hitting out a Gallo's spot. Joey Gallo is 2 for 3 for the Rangers with a run scored. Next one on Altman, and he hits a high fly ball out towards center. Waiting on it and making the grab is Eric Young Jr. That'll be the second out. James Loney, who's been DHing all day long, and again he's on a minor league deal with the Rangers. They have to decide what to do with him. He is going to bat for the 4th time today. He's had a walk, a 2-run homer, and a lineout.
Well, they like today with a split squad, and that what they call the big league weekend in San Antonio gives opportunities for somebody like James Loney to get reps. Over for the Rangers are Mike Napoli, Will Middlebrooks, Nomar Mazara, Delilah Shields, all along the players that are in San Antonio. A.J. Griffin supposed to face Danny Salazar in the Alamo Dome.
Here's the pitch. That's grounded fair on the third base side. It's going to roll into left field. Loney will make a turn at first base, and he will hold there. He has his 2nd hit of the day, 3rd time he's been on.
The only time he's been retired was because he lined out to the right fielder. He hit the ball very well and everywhere tonight or today.
Luis Silva is going to come in to pinch run for Loney. First time he's appeared in a game this spring for the Rangers. And here's the pitch. That's taken for a called strike. This is Pat Cantwell, the catcher, batting, and this is his first at bat. He took over for A.J. Jimenez. Jimenez was 1 for 3 with a run batted in. And the next pitch, that one is missed. The snap throw to first. It gets away, rolls into right field, but the base runner over there, Silva, stays at first. He did not move up to second base.
And Maldonado's used to this, so you have to be on the alert every single time the ball is delivered home. Infielders, if you have a base runner around you, be ready. He is going to be throwing. Very good job there by Ryan Lamar sprinting in. And as the runner sees that ball get away, he also is watching on the peripheral view. His right fielder sprinting in, so he's not taking a chance.
Here's the next pitch. Cantwell with a shot into left, but it's right at Flores, who's out there for the Angels. He'll gather it in, and the inning is over. But some damage here as they get 3 in the inning. And they had a single, double, homer, and walk in the inning. They leave 1 runner on base. 8th inning is coming up. Angels down by a pair now. It's 6-4 Texas on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. First batter up for the Angels bounces one down the third base side. That is a foul ball. And Tony Sanchez is at the plate. This is his first time up today. He's hitting out of Ryan Lamar's number 9 spot. And here's the pitch. That one is a little bit low and away for a ball. So the Angels will have a new right fielder when we get to the bottom of the 8th. 6-4 Texas on top. Here's a pop-up out near second base. Tejada is the second baseman for Texas. They'll make the catch on that one, and Sanchez is an easy out. 1 away. Sheppers had a strange inning last inning. He did not allow any hits or any runs, but he allowed 3 base runners. The Angels had the bases loaded against him but failed to score. He hit a batter, walked 2, but pitched out of all that trouble last inning.
And that inning ended with Fontana hitting the ball sharply but right at the shortstop.
Here's Young taking high and away.
So 4 times today, Nolan Fontana has really smoked the baseball. He's got 2 hits to show for a triple and a single.
Here's the next pitch on Young. He chops it on the right side out of the reach of the diving second baseman Tejada. Through out there to the right fielder Preston Beck, and that'll be the second hit of the day for Young. He's on, could be on the move. Ramon Flores will be the next batter. And now we're going to have a pinch runner for Eric Young. Chad Hinshaw is the pinch runner. So he could be staying in the ball game and play some outfield the rest of the way for the Angels. And here's the pitch. Flores takes, and that one is ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Next delivery, and again taking is Flores. 2-0 is the count. Fans, don't forget, if you have a group of 20 or more interested in experiencing Angels baseball, receive group ticket pricing for as low as $8 per seat. Call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/groups for more details. Here's the next delivery, and that's high and away. So Sheppers, who struggled with his command last inning, has fallen behind here 3-0 on Flores.
Well, we've seen these youngsters, a second wave of Angels players, make a difference. They've had 4 come from behind victories.
Here's the pitch, and that one is in there. 4 wins in the 9th inning.
9th inning, exactly.
And something like 8 or 9 comeback wins so far this spring for the Angels out of the 11 wins overall.
And Mike Scioscia says, well, it gives us a good idea. The guys trying to make the team what they bring late in the game.
There goes the runner, Hinshaw. That one's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play.
Once again on the move. Scioscia flashing the signs near the third base dugout, in front of the screen, behind the screen. Ron Reddicky. Got that screen in front of you. There's 0 flinching on foul balls because you are so close to home plate.
There goes the runner again, and that one is hit well down the right field side, but just a long strike. That ball was clobbered out there. That might have landed out in the street behind the wall out there in the entrance exit gate down that right side.
By the fried Twinkies stand out there. Got some interesting frying ideas here in spring training. Right out of the fair, farmers markets.
Yep. The foods of the game, Jose. Here's the next pitch. Runner goes again. This one is lifted foul down the left side, backhand out of play. So 3-2. Today's game on the Angels Baseball Radio Network, Fox Sports West. We're also watching in North Texas on Fox Sports Southwest today. There goes the runner. The pitch, that's a line shot into right field. The Angels will at least have him at the corners, and that's going to be the way it plays out. So Hinshaw was running on all of those 2 strike pitches, and Flores ends up lining a base hit. The Angels have something brewing with 1 out. Looks like Jeff Bannister is coming out to the mound, so that's going to be it for Sheppers. They will take him out and go to the bullpen here in the 8th inning. We have a break in the action. We get back. Angels are threatening, down by a pair at the moment. A pitching change coming up. We'll be back with more Angels baseball in a moment on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. New pitcher for the Rangers is right-hander Preston Claiborne. He has appeared in 3 games for them this spring, but just a total of 1 inning of work. And he has allowed 1 run in that 1 full inning. So we'll see what the Angels can do against him. He's thrown over there a couple of times at first base. Pickoff tosses trying to get Flores, who's gotten back. Angels have the go-ahead run at the plate. Matt Williams is the batter. This is his first at bat of the day. And here comes the pitch. There's a bunt on the third base side, but it rolls foul. That was a safety squeeze right there. That one was hugging the line about halfway up, but it rolls foul.
Trying to surprise the third baseman playing back, and that ball hugged just enough. And if you're going to bunt in that situation, do that first pitch, fair or foul. Third base runner did not break even after the ball was bunted. So roll foul and get back to the bag.
Williams has just 1 hit this spring for the Angels. He's gone 1 for 8 with a run batted in. Next delivery, and he takes that one for a ball. Angels have a couple on, down by 2. Go ahead run at the plate. Claiborne's pitch, and that's on the outside corner. That's a called strike. 1-2 on Matt Williams. Now everyone is ready. We'll see what happens on the 2-strike delivery. It's on its way, and it just misses low and outside. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. Terry Smith, Jose Mota. Our producer engineer is Jorge Sevilla. Claiborne, the pitcher, was asking for time, tying a shoelace. Now he is about ready to come in with the next delivery. Big right-hander's pitch, and that's cut on and missed for the strikeout. Runners go. The throw to second, late and breaking for the plate, and coming in and scoring will be Hinshaw. The Angels execute a double steal, and Flores did a little tap dance out there at second base to get in safely.
As the throw takes the second baseman covering over towards his left, he loses balance, not able to keep his feet, of course, either to apply a tag or to even attempt to make a throw home. So the youngster Anders Tejada at least saves that throw from going into center field. But the Angels have been real busy with the first and thirds here in the spring and attempted double steals.
The Angels have executed that double steal home, I think, about 3 times now this spring.
Yes, they have. They've done it also with their regular players, Espinosa, Maben.
So it's a 6-5 Texas lead. The tying run, potential tying run at second. C.J. Cron is at the plate, and he just cuts and misses that 0-1 pitch. The count is 0-2 for Cron.
The rare occasion, Terry, when you see a batter step up to the plate 5 times in a spring training game.
Yep, he's been the DH today. Here comes the next delivery, and that one is outside. It misses for a ball.
He is the Angels' biggest threat in that lineup, hitting fourth, having a super spring, driving the ball everywhere with a lot of authority.
There's the 1-2 pitch. Cuts at that one, fouls it off on the right side. It gets back and out of play.
Cron, who up to last year was a one-man wrecking crew against Rangers pitching in the regular season. They slowed him down quite a bit last year, but boy, it was fun to watch how he crushed Rangers pitching. Rangers took notice and made adjustments.
Here's the next delivery. It's hit on a high hop to third, fielded there by Altman. His throw is in time, and they do get the final out here in the top of the 8th. The Angels get a run and 2 hits in the inning and leave another runner on. That's 11 stranded today. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th at 6-5 Texas on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Angels make a few moves in the field as we get ready for the bottom of the 8th. A 6-5 Texas lead. Right-hander Keenan Middleton is the new pitcher. Tony Sanchez stays in the game, and he is the new Angel catcher. And also staying in the game is Chad Hinshaw. He came in as a pinch runner. He's in center field. And Jared Foster is now playing in right field. Here's the first pitch, and that one is cut on and fouled back for strike one. The count, no balls and 1 strike.
Well, we're both looking forward to seeing this young man on the mound. Keenan Middleton, who can really bring the fastball, has a much better idea on his secondary pitches. Has a very interesting delivery.
Here's the next pitch. This is Edward Pinto batting, and this is his first time up today. He fouls that one off on the right side.
And I'm referring to that twisting of the body and quick spin that he does before he goes home.
Here comes the next pitch, and that's fouled back behind the plate. This bottom of the 8th inning, it's being brought to you today by Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana. Rotolo Chevrolet is pursuing excellence every day. You can visit them at rotolo.com. That's rotolo.com. Here's the next pitch. Chopped on the right side. Fielded there by Marte. Flips to Middleton, the pitcher, and they get the out on Pinto. There's one away.
There's Middleton.
Ground out.
Pardon me, Terry. Middleton pointing to his catcher, veteran Tony Sanchez, on throwing something else besides a fastball. He threw a fastball at 95 and followed up with 90 miles an hour. For what appeared to be a changeup.
So the next batter is Anderson Tejada. This is his first at bat in today's ball game. Swings from the left side, and the first pitch of ball to count 1 ball, no strikes.
So now we've seen separation between 95, 90, and the last pitch, a slider at 83 miles an hour from youngster Keenan Middleton.
Here's the next delivery. That's low. Tejada's a pretty good prospect for the Rangers, who had a breakout season in their minor league system a year ago. Here's the pitch. And that one is taken for a strike. 2-1 is the count. Infield is backed up, and the outfield playing Tejada the opposite way. Here's the next delivery, a cut and a miss.
That's an outstanding changeup there by Middleton. First fastball of this at bat was at 96. That last changeup at 84.
Here's the next delivery, and that's a little bit low and outside. As Tejada digs in, young player. Only 18 years old.
Go figure. Wow.
Here's the next pitch, and he swings and misses. That one struck him out. So Middleton has set down the first two here in the inning.
Dropped another notch on that breaking ball at 82 miles an hour. So as high as 96, as low as 82. There's so much torquing going around his middle body. His shirt's coming out.
Got to tuck things in out there.
Hey, Mike Scioscia said you got to clean things up sometimes there. Even today, after stretching, Mike Scioscia got his team together.
Yeah, that was unusual to see that. You're right.
On the field, near the third base side.
It's kind of like a team meeting out on the field.
It was.
Yeah.
After they broke up, even fans were clapping. They thought it was a little pep talk from Scioscia to the boys.
Here's the pitch. That one is outside. Bollinger is at the plate since coming into the ball game. He took over in center field for them. He has a double. He's also scored a run. 6 runs, 12 hits for the Rangers. The Angels have 5 runs on 10 hits. The Angels have left a lot of runners on base today. There's a pitch taken for a strike. 11 stranded today for the Angels. And here comes the 1-2. That's a line shot into right center field. That's another hit for Bollinger. So he's had a couple of at-bats the last 2 innings with hits in both at-bats. Inning continues. Martinson, the shortstop, will be the next hitter. He's had a walk since coming into the ball game. Keenan Middleton pitching for the Angels. We've seen him 7 times now this spring.
He's getting his work in. He's getting exposed, so that's great.
Here's the pitch. That's a fastball missed outside.
Yeah, Mike Scioscia said it early in camp. After a couple of bullpen sessions, this kid will get a chance to show us what he can do as he competes between the white lines. So much for bullpens and for scouting reports. Let's take a look.
Runner at first goes. The throw to second's going to be late. Well, initially, I don't know if Sanchez, he kind of double clutched on that one and then bounced the throw in. So it'll be a stolen base for Bollinger.
Scary thing, the throw almost hit Middleton right in the back.
Yeah.
It was a double clutch, but at first he just could not get a grip. And I thought he was just going to hold the baseball. Tried it again and threw a hard sinker.
So Martinson at the plate with the count 2-0. Runner at second base. Like to keep this a 1-run game going to the 9th inning. We'll see if Middleton can do it. Off speed pitch that missed. Middleton has about as good a fastball as anyone in the Angels system. Clocked it 102 miles per hour last year. Here's his next delivery. That's a good fastball. That's taken for a strike. So it's now 3-1. Shadows starting to creep in behind home plate, coming in from the back end of the batter's circle. And the next delivery, that is ball 4. He walked him. So after getting the first 2 out, Middleton now has seen the next 2 get on base, and that's been a little bit of a issue with him in some of his appearances. for the Angels this spring, getting that final out in an inning.
And has been the ideal thing that we see in so many young pitchers all throughout baseball. As Mike Scioscia and Charles Nagy, and through the years, many managers and pitching coaches have reminded them, don't think about how you got the first two, just worry about the next one. In other words, just don't overthink it. Trust it.
Preston Beck is the batter, left-handed hitter. He takes that one for a ball. Since coming into the game, a strikeout is only time up. Beck, who's seeing action here, had played for the Rangers in some other Cactus League games. They have a number of players today playing for the very first time for them. And there's a pitch that's taken for a strike. 1-1 is the count. Beck entered the day, though, with just 4 at-bats this spring for the Rangers. Here's the next pitch. He chops that one on the first base side. A fair ball. It's fielded right by the bag by Marte. He will easily beat the batter to first base. The inning is over. So the Rangers fail to score. They leave a pair on, and we are headed to the 9th inning. As we go there, it is Texas 6, the Angels 5 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. We go to the 9th inning. Angels down by a run. Jeffrey Marte will lead it off. New pitcher in the ball game is a right-hander. His name is Nick Gardewine. He replaces Preston Claiborne, who faced the Angels last inning, got the final 2 outs. And the first delivery on Marte takes for a ball to count 1 ball, no strikes. Gardewine was in A-ball last year in the Cal League at High Desert. And he did some closing there, had pretty good numbers last season. Averaged better than a strikeout an inning, and he misses with that pitch for a ball. So the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. They're hoping he can close it out for them. 23-year-old right-hander. He has the sign and the next delivery, and that was a fastball that missed inside. So the count goes to 3-0. As far as Gardewine this spring for the Rangers, this is his 6th appearance. He has had some trouble. Here's a ground ball hit right to second, though. It's fielded by Tejada, and Marte is retired for the first out. So 1 away. And here is Andrew Daniel getting ready to bat for the Angels. And as he digs in, this is going to be his first at bat this spring for the Angels, the San Diego native. First pitch taken by Daniel for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Gardewine delivers, and that one is fouled off on the right side, backing out of play. Gardewine works quickly, and here's his next pitch, and that is cut on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coming into this appearance, the right-handed reliever for the Texas Rangers mentioned he's had some trouble, and there's a pitch that evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is only his second appearance this spring. He had worked 1/3 of an inning, and there's a pitch that misses, and the count is full, 3-2. Jared Foster, who came into the ball game, took over in right field, is waiting on deck for the Angels. He's had 1 at bat this spring and a hit, and there is ball 4 on Daniel. So a good job by Andrew Daniel to get a 1-out walk. He represents the tying run at first base. He was in the hole in that matchup against Gardewine, but gets the walk against them.
Right fielder Jared Foster.
So the Angels trying to get something on the board, have done a good job this spring here in the 9th inning of ball games. We'll see if they can do it again. That one's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play. 6-5 Texas. Rangers had a 3-0 lead at one point in 3-1 lead. Angels have come back. Game is seesawed back and forth a little bit here today. There goes the runner. Pitches a strike. The throw, waiting with the tag, is the second baseman, and gunned down is Daniel. Well, Cantwell, who's behind the plate, fired a strike to Tejada, and that wasn't even really close. That is the second out here in the 9th inning. But stealing goes 2-4. And now the count here on Foster, no balls and 2 strikes. Well, that changes this inning now, the complexion of this inning, and there's a pitch that is cut on, a foul tip held by the catcher, struck him out, and the ball game is over. So that'll wrap things up here in Surprise as the Rangers hold on and win this ball game today by the final score of 6-5. Ball game took 3 hours and 15 minutes here today at Surprise Stadium. 6 runs on 13 hits for Texas. The Rangers split squad, and the Angels had 5 runs, a total of 10 hits today, and falling by the final of 6-5. The Angels now 11-9 this spring, and the Rangers win for the 7th time. They have a record of 7-12-1. Jose Mota will be joined by Keith Johnson, who's been coaching first base here this spring with Alfredo Griffin with the Dominican WBC team, and Keith will be the AAA manager again this season at Salt Lake. Let's go down to Jose Mota and Keith Johnson.
Thanks, Terry. Well, valuable experience for you as you get to soak up a lot of that knowledge. You know him for years about Mike Scioscia. How important is that for you when you're developing?
Oh, it's awesome. Because obviously I'm going to be, working with the guys that are going to be filling in over the course of the year. So now, not only am I going to see it from the bench, but I actually get to see it from a sign standpoint and from the field. So it's going to be invaluable for me to pass that along to the guys over the course of the season.
Tell us how spring training kind of evolves on what your roster might look like in AAA, and eventually what it might develop into, only because of some guys doing their jobs here on the field?
Absolutely. I mean, this year, obviously we have a pretty good major league roster as far as what, Epps has put together. So obviously our guys down there, guys got to make sure that they're ready for whatever role that they're going to fill up here. Obviously over the course of the spring, that's going to kind of dictate, what it's going to be. But over the course of the season down there, just make sure that whether it's stealing bases or bunting or playing different positions or whatever it is, that they do those things so that way when they get called upon for injury, that they step in and the level doesn't drop too far up here.
Fill us on that philosophy and the constant that is needed all throughout from the top to the bottom because of that. Exactly.
It is what it is. It's like our game is a certain way. Angel baseball is a certain way. So what we do down there in AAA and AA and A-ball has to feed into that. So just so that way when the guys get up here, it's the same game. It's not all of a sudden they're doing something different once they get to the big leagues. So whoever they are as a player, it'll show up on a daily basis.
When do you really get to see your team together?
See, the Freeway Series ends on April 1st, so April 2nd.
Thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
As KJ, as they call him here, well known, of course, he was replacing Alfredo Griffin, who was over at the Team Dominican for World Baseball Classic. Terry Barati.
All right, thanks, Jose, and thanks to Keith Johnson for joining us here today as well. Again, the final score, a Rangers split squad beats the Angels this afternoon 6-5. For those of you watching on the TV side on Fox Sports West and Fox Sports Southwest today, Jose Mota will be joined by Patrick O'Neill, and they will have a lot more post-game analysis coming up in just a moment on Angels Live. We'll have some more on the radio side for you as well. This is the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.